Hello everybody and welcome to another stream here on youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini. That is me, I am Johnny Chiodini, and today I shall be your monarch because we are playing... my face is in the way. King of the Castle! As you can see, just here. King of the Castle. This is a game that is in early access, the game is probably a little bit quiet for you all, so I'll turn that up in just a sec. It's being published by Team 17, and basically it is a game whereby I shall be playing as a ruler, founding a dynasty, and then chat can join in. If I was streaming on Twitch, we could just do this via Twitch, but I can't, because we're on YouTube.com. But instead, kind of like a Jackbox game, there'll be a code so you can join on your phone. There is a 24-player limit, and there is a very good reason for that, because basically there are going to be regions in the game, and there will be a certain number of chat people in each region, and you're going to advise me on the decisions I should be making for the good of the kingdom. Hopefully, the advice I get will be good. However, it is also possible for chat to plot against me, which I consider to be far more likely. So how many dynasties will we ruin over the course of today's stream? I guess we're going to find out. So, yeah, I hope everyone is all right. How is everyone doing? I see a whole bunch of people in the chat, which is nice. William Barry says, plot? Us? Never. CreekCat94 says, would we really lead you astray? Revolver Rock says, excuse me, would we do something like that? Yes, frankly, yes. Yes, you would. But yeah, hello everyone. Megan M has done a super sticker. The super sticker is of basically like, okay, imagine that like fruit didn't exist on like a scale of like unripe to ripe to overripe to rotting, kind of, you know, like fruit does, but fruit had sort of like a life cycle like people do. So, you know, like fruit could be middle-aged or old, or in this instance a child, because basically if you imagine a lime but it is demonstrably a child and it has a face and arms and legs and pom-poms and is doing sort of like a jaunty little march, that's what I'm looking at right now, thanks to Megan M. Thank you, Megan. Oh, criminy. Right. Now imagine a pair is a 20-something. Like a sporty 20-something. And imagine that sporty 20-something, with their trainers and their sports headband, is wearing sunglasses and keeps turning around and going like... I can't really tell. Are they waving? They might be waving, doing a thumbs up, or doing like a cool finger gun point. But either way, the text says, hey you. Hey you to you too, Aiden, folks. Thank you very much for the super sticker. And Stephen Burns has done a super chat saying, thankful for you streaming on my day off sick. You're a magnificent person. I'm very sorry you're sick, Stephen. Sick Stephen. That sucks. I hope you feel better soon and it's nothing too severe. Right, let us make a new dynasty. This is something I like, look. Pronouns already there. Great, so they, them, because that's me. Monarch name. Monarch name. Monarch name. I mean... Oh, that's the wrong keyboard. I'll type down here. Sir Butts. May as well. Dynasty name, Skellypal. There you go. Your monarch uses they, them pronouns. Now, phones at the ready. And I apologise if you can't get into something. It's something if you can't get into the game, but it's a 24-player limit. But it's going to be a browser game, not a Twitch game, because I can't stream on... Well, I don't stream on Twitch. Browser game. Your friends can join the game via an internet browser. All they need to do is go to kotc.app and input the code. A limit of 24 players applies. So, here we go. Now we need to choose 3 regions. So, we've got Barons of the March. The Barons are brash rural marcher lords who wear boyar hats and military uniforms. They're renowned for their belligerence and fondness for hunting. There's the Chiefs of the North. The Chiefs are honourable warrior lords who wear thick furs and blue tattoos and often carry weaponry. They're renowned for their honour and prowess in combat. The Count of the East, that's Counts of the East. The Counts are ruthless aristocrats who wear cloaks and dark clothing. They're renowned for their secrecy and sinister traditions. Vampires? Question mark. The Nice Witch says, Counts of the East, Goths forever. Alright, we'll choose that one for sure. I was kind of leaning toward that one. As Mr. Tom for the Win says, it's Goth season. There you go. Yeah, indeed. Grandees of the South. The Grandees are impassioned zealots who live by strict codes of honour and etiquette and often react explosively to those who challenge the social norms. And then we have the Patricians of the Coast. The Patricians are wealthy merchant lords who wear masks and lots of jewellery. They're renowned for their cleverness and skill in negotiation. All right. Pink Daisy says Tories of the South. Nope. Yeah, not feeling those, to be honest. Dr. Branger says Grandees nuts. Fun. Let's see. Merchant lords, masks and jewellery. Marcher. Basically, these are like the Baratheons, it sounds like. Being like, we love hunting and military uniforms and being belligerent. Although I guess he doesn't love hunting. He gets killed by a boar. Spoilers for for the first 2-3 episodes of Game of Thrones, I guess. Or the book Game of Thrones. Lisa Hunt says, honourable warriors, please. We'll go with the Chiefs of the North. It's just Ange says, tattoos and rings. Fine. Yeah. Nice Witch says, get the Northerners in too. Right. Okay. Let's see. So we've either got wealthy merchant lords who wear masks and lots of jewellery, or belligerent hunting people. I'm going to go with the belligerent hunting people. Because, fuck capitalism. There you go. There it is. But monarchy, fine. In this specific instance. Anyway, we're going to begin. Connecting to game server. So, you need to go to kotc.app, as it says just above me here. And then you need to put in this code up here. And then you'll join in. Oh, wow. That was quick. So we've got Mayoshi Garina Rain, I recognise you, just Ange, CMPR2, Katronica, Iffy, Chaos, and Gero Dev are the Counts, that's Counts of the East. And then the Chiefs of the North, we have Tim the Enchanter, we have Minna, we have Jan Fire Isle, we've got WhoMD21, Aiden, Steve C, Balthazar the Shifty, and Revolver of the Rock. This is Tom for the Win says, lol, I got a server error. Barons of the March are John R, Danila, Oracle, Pyramid, Raid PW, Mad Access, and Spicy Kitty, and Moriax. Now, remember your remember sort of the description of your lot. I don't know what you're being given on the screen. Maybe it's sort of helping you roleplay, but I would like you to try and remember to roleplay this. So we've got sort of spooky goths, we've got tattooed northerners, and we've got just lager louts, basically. So here we go. Let's go for 8 noble counts, 8 noble counts, 9 noble chiefs, 8 noble barons, 8, 16. Right, I'm gonna hit begin game. Begin game. Here we go. Bong. King of the Castle Primer. I've not played this before, so we're all going to learn together. And the first thing I'm going to do is move my face down, because it looks like that's a safe corner of the UI. King of the Castle Primer. To win, acquire an heir and complete your ambition before the regions complete their schemes. Oh, good God, am I against you? Keep an eye on your region's schemes. If they pass all their steps, they'll win the game. Be careful of the region's defiance stat. If it gets too high, the regions may rebel against you. To win, pass all 3 steps. Oh, so this is for the nobles. So that's how I win. Basically, if I if I knock someone up and complete my ambition before you complete your schemes, I've won. And for you lot to win, pass all 3 steps of your scheme. Each aim will need you get stats to certain levels, which are affected in votes. This is an early access, by the way. Nobles voting. How you vote is up to you for your region's scheme to stop other schemes or for the good of the kingdom. For the good of the kingdom. That's good. Oh yeah. Dan Kelleher says it doesn't say that the heir has to be your child. I have to acquire an heir. I just have to steal a child. That's fine. Nobles, rebellions. If your defiance stat is high enough, you can rebel. This pauses your scheme and is risky, especially if you have low military. Right, well, I'm sure this is all going to go absolutely swimmingly. Let's go. Each season, you'll get 3 events to play. Click on one to get started. Let's see. Oh, I see. Coronation, the path to victory, and council introduction. Should we do council introduction? The Monarch. This is your Monarch, the main player's character. They'll appear in most stories, but not all. Kingdom stats. These are the kingdom stats. If any of them are at 0 at the end of the turn, the Monarch will lose the game. That's authority, treasury, and stability. Region stats. The kingdom stats and these determine what events are generated. So we've got trade, farming, military down here, faith, and defiance, it looks like. Don't defy me, please. Defiance. If defiance is high enough, a region can rebel against the kingdom. This is risky, especially if military is low. Noble list. You can see a full list of the nobles in your game here. So I know who to blame. Noble list. Here you all are. Wow, the chiefs are a powerful faction. With 2 more people than the weakest faction. Right, I've got 2 super chats and then it's time for the kingdom. Lisa Hunt has done a super chat saying, before I forget, please say congrats to Semantic Poetry, who just got a provisional grade for his master's degree, and of whom I could not be more proud. Congrats, Semantic Poetry. That is a massive achievement, and I'm, like, doing a master's, I think, is fully beyond me. Like, I never dared to go into like, further academia, so congrats for sticking with it, and for getting that provisional grade. I hope you are very happy and taking a moment to spoil yourself. And thanks to Lisa for the super chat. Edward Horseman has done a super chat saying, hey Johnny, here's a little something for being a wonderful human being. Wish I could stay and take part, but got to prep for my own stream in less than an hour. Thanks for being awesome. No worries, Edward Horseman. Thank you very much for the super chat, and I hope your stream goes bloody brilliantly. And Wonder Lizard has done a super chat saying, for the heir acquisition fund. Haha! We shall steal the child by buying the child? I don't know. Anyway, Chancellor, now that you're the monarch, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Okay. The nobles hail from across the kingdom, the wintry north, the desolate east, and of course the bleak march. Alright, well let's go with the chiefs of the north first. Good luck in the days ahead, your majesty. You'll need it dealing with us lot, said Chief Tim the Enchanter. Thanks, Chief Tim the Enchanter. May I say that's a lovely fox stole you're wearing. An honour to finally make your acquaintance, your highness. May you escape the doom that befell your predecessor, says Countess Katronica. The doom that befell my predecessor? That doesn't sound good at all. See what the barons of the marsh have to say. Hail and well met, my liege, says Baroness Spiky Kitty. Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom into shape. And with that, the introductions are done. Katronica in chat just says, oh no. Uh-oh, that doesn't bode well. Okay, the council hall immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue with each other and demand your favour. You sigh and sit back. Is this what the council is like? No wonder your father told you to avoid the throne at all costs. What? Then why did I get on the bloody throne? Shit. Okay, alright, well, should we have a little coronation? Let's have a little coronation. Ronald Long says your predecessor probably died of too much vampire. Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun. Here we go. Your Majesty, I've scheduled your coronation to take place in a week's time. Shouldn't I be giving the orders now, or why the hurry? Shouldn't I be giving the orders now? Of course, Your Majesty, but to delay any longer would make the nobles restless, and when nobles get restless, they take their daggers and look for the nearest back. We wouldn't want that, I suppose. Well, very well then, what must I do? What must I do? As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. Let's get this over with, then. Shall we call the nobles in? Choices and stats. Certain choices will change stats. Some choices that do so will indicate this change here. So you've got treasury down, stability up. In that example. Not all choices that change stats have these indicators. You'll also not know what region they affect until after the choice. Oh, piss. Voting. These are the upcoming choices your nobles will vote on. Each of these may change stats in some way. Laws of the land. The monarch has the power to change how the vote is run by using a law. You may use one law per season. Try vetoing one option you dislike from the vote choices above. When the vote opens, nobles vote on which choice they want in the browser. The monarch may close the vote when the timer hits 0 or when 75% of nobles have voted. Alright, well how do I veto one of these? I'm probably going to veto okay, what kind of coronation should be held for the new monarch? We can either host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine, proceed with a religious ceremony that honours the 9th god, or throw the monarch in the river. Or we can say outdated traditions, there's no need for a coronation at all. That would reduce my authority, which is bad. Hosting a lavish parade would reduce the treasury by a third, but greatly increase stability. Proceeding with a religious ceremony would increase faith. Or throwing the monarch in the river would reduce my authority, but increase stability. So I am going to veto outdated traditions, there's no need for coronation at all. That has been vetoed. Oh, monarch's choice. I can mark my preferred voting option. Well, let's see how everybody votes, shall we? Oh, look, and here's how all the different factions are doing. Barons, strong in trade. Count strong in farming, chief strong in military, very strong. Oh, everyone's really strong in military. The chiefs have no faith whatsoever. Strong in the barons, weak in the counts, and everyone's at defiance 1. Here we go. Emma Benton says, all in caps, river the monarch. I'm the monarch, Emma. I don't want to go in the river. Here we go. Alright, start the vote. Voting is open. Oh god, I can see which way everyone is voting. Wow, look at all of you! Look at all of you! Okay, so it seems the counts from the east are quite divided here. It's a split of 3, 3, and 1. The chiefs are absolutely bang up for me going in the river, which is a thing. It looks like that's what's happening by a country mile. So let's hit continue. 100% of nobles voted. What a fantastic turnout that was. 15 nobles voted to throw the monarch in the river. It's going to be a long stream. It's going to be a long stream. Stat changes. This shows what stats have been changed by this choice and how much by. Stability is now civil. Authority is now dubious. That's kind of this channel all over, isn't it, really? Dubious authority, fairly stable. Okie dokie, it is decided. The monarch will be thrown in the river. Steve Clapton says, you are welcome, my monarch. Ronald Long says, your rule has started swimmingly. Iffy just says, wahey! Look at you all. Look at you all, you scamps. You've all got 1,000 coins. That's worrying. Each of those houses has far more money than the treasury of the kingdom. That's not good. JT Goddard has done a super chat saying, welcome to your community. Yes, it's lovely to be here. Liam McClure says, is no one going to address the long stream / throw him in the river pun? Oh, that's a very good point. Yeah. Chaos says, throwing people into bodies of water is a sign of respect among my people. Well, that's good. It is decided. The monarch will be thrown in the river. What? What kind of coronation is that? A very traditional ceremony dating back to Queen Alma the Wise. It's meant to represent you being reborn as a true monarch. The nobles pick you up and carry you out to the Treadwater River, hurling you into the shallow water with a cheer. When you climb back up the banks, soaking wet, the Chancellor steps forward and places the crown upon your head. Is it your imagination, or are some of the nobles stifling giggles? No, I think that's not my imagination. All right then. Oh, look, we can zoom right in on the old kingdom. Now then. So here's the march. Here's where John R. Danila, Ray PW, all that lot are. That's fun. And then we've got the capital here. This is the north and then the east. Let us see about the path to victory. Heir and ambition. The monarch must adopt or sire an heir, then complete their ambition to win the game. Winning the game. A spouse is useful, but not necessary. Wow. King of the Castle is taking the divorce pretty hard. Complete your ambition before the schemes or a rebellion usurps you. Very well. Your Majesty, says the spy master, the first few years of your reign are the most difficult. You're new and unproven. The nobles of the council will scheme against you, hoping to kick you off the throne and put their own puppet claimant in your place. Oh no, I'll say. To defeat their schemes, you must secure an heir and prove that you are worthy of the crown by completing an ambition. Semantic Poetry has done a super chat saying, come for the soothing streams, stay for the regicide. Thank you very much for the super chat and for the promise of regicide, and also congratulations again. My question is this, when you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? Aha! Aha! As a conqueror, which is military. As the greatest monarch who ever lived, which is an authority goal. Not going to go for that one. As the architect of a new golden age, which means the goal is trade. As a peacekeeper, the goal is stability. As the parent of the nation, the goal is farming. And as a saint, the goal is faith. I'm going to say stability. An admirable aim. Stability is probably a bad choice, but all of those seem like bad choices, to be honest, when, with all the love in the world, it's you lot in charge of this. Here we go. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's stability as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. Right. End season. Once you play through your events, you can advance the game by clicking End Season. End the season! Schemes. Each region will now vote for one of 3 scheme options. Schemes are made up of 3 steps. I don't like the fact there's a harpsichord going off now. That's bad. That's bad news. Schemes are made up of 3 steps, each requiring the region to change the stats to pass. Passing all 3 scheme steps places the region's successor on the throne, winning the game. Counts of the East. Vachim. My fellow counts. In ancient times, the East was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false monarch Sir Butts wears the crown. You threw me in the river. I am the true monarch. Animus Deus Zeros has done a super chat saying, pretty sure I just turned down the job. Heh. Yeah, I can see that. But then, streaming's my job. So, anyway. Open to Counts of the East only. Voting is open. What scheme should the Counts pursue to overthrow the new monarch and place their preferred claimant Vachim on the throne? Katronica has voted early for Doppelganger, which is goal, lowest defiance. It's Just Ange has gone in there as well. We've also got Subterfuge, which is lowest ability. Amber G wants Intimidation, which is raise others' defiance, but it's pretty strong. 86% of the nobles have voted, and currently it's 5, wanting the goal of lowest defiance. 6. That's 100% of them. I'm going to give you a few seconds, just in case. Then it says, doppelganger. So the Dishonored 2 route. Alright, here we go. I didn't realise it was all going to be out in the open. I thought it was going to be, like, secret things. Hannah Axelson says, how do you join? It's a 24-player limit, unfortunately, so the game is afoot. But they will be doing more than one, I assume. Right. 6 nobles voted to doppelganger, goal lowest defiance. Continue. The counts plan to swap the real monarch for a perfect doppelganger. First, they must gain the trust of the spy master. To advance their scheme, the counts must be the region with the lowest defiance in 2 seasons. Next. Scheme. Chiefs. Chiefs of the North, says Valeda. We all know... excuse me. Chiefs of the North. We all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter monarch, Sir Butts. How do we make that happen? Baddy Wrongleg says, it is weird Johnny gets to see not just what the schemes proposed against them are, but the names of who voted for each. I know! If I could behead the lot of you right now. What schemes should the chiefs pursue to overthrow the new monarch and place their preferred claimant, Valeda, on the throne? Will it be prophecy, which is Ray's authority? Will it be Ragnarok, which is Ray's own military? Or will it be Hornblower, go, lower all faith? Currently, it's pretty close. Nobody gives a fuck about prophecy, but Ragnarok is in the lead with 4, with Hornblower 1 behind. Make that 5. 100% of nobles have voted, and it is decided by 1 vote. Ragnarok. They wish to raise their own military, which it makes sense because they're 7 military. 5 nobles voted to raise their own military. Steve C, Phil McThree, Aidan, Minna, and Tim the Enchanter. You have made a powerful enemy this day. Corvus Albright's done a super chat saying, false monarch haiku for false monarch haiku time. Crown an imposter. Perhaps no one will notice. Face punch Valeda. Very good. Thank you very much. Right. The chiefs plan to make an alliance with the Ice Giants to take over the kingdom. First, they must not be weak or the giants won't take their proposal seriously. To advance their scheme, the chiefs must raise their military to 5 or more in 3 seasons. They're on 7 right now, so that's pretty good. Shit. Alright, finally. The Barons. Lorenz says, when have the Barons of the March backed down from a fight? Never. I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful king, on the throne. Voting is open. What scheme should the Barons pursue to overthrow the new monarch and place their preferred claimant Lorenz on the throne? Modernisation, which is lower others' military. Propaganda, which is goal lower stability. Or gunpowder, which everyone seems to be going for, which is lower authority, which is already at 4, thanks to me being thrown in a fucking river. 7 of the 8 of the. It's a clean sweep for gunpowder. Voting is closed. Wow, this is. Normally people just send out a Google survey to see how their Patreon's going, but wow, this is something else. 8 nobles voted to lower authority with gunpowder. Amaya Akane says this just makes me want to play Scythe. Bloody love Scythe. Ray PW says, how united we barons are. The Republic of Kurth has this substance called gunpowder. With enough of that, the barons could take over the kingdom. Danilla Dragon says fits November, doesn't it? It does. Of course, a sensible monarch would never allow one region to hoard such a thing. To do so secretly, the barons must ensure their trading partners don't fear the monarch's wrath. To advance their scheme, the barons must lower authority to 4 or less in 2 seasons. Great. So they're already there. The chiefs are already there. The counts on farming are, I forget what the counts are. Doppelganger. Oh, well, they're going to be doing fine with Defiance. Everyone's already in a very strong position. Successes. Here you can review the region's successes and their schemes. Your heir. When you have an heir, they'll appear on the right of this page. If your reign ends abruptly, that's weird, the nobles will vote for the next monarch. Wow, the nobles will vote for the next monarch. This vote be between the 2 regions with the highest stats and your heir if you have one. So, the Spy Master. Your Majesty, these upstarts are saying they have a right to your throne. No doubt the nobles are already scheming to crown their region's preferred claimant. Oh god, and just by right on time, the blood pair has arrived. You'll remember earlier I mentioned, what if there was a pair that was like a 20-something and loves sport? We'll also imagine that it likes killing things and then filling a mug with blood, because that's what we got. The pair is just there with a big mug of viscous red fluid that I think can only be blood, that it keeps sloshing towards the camera. This is not blood, this is squash. They've started doing Capri Sun squash. What a revelation, eh? Other squashes are available, including, like, the gourds that you can eat. Warning, the monarch currently has no heir. Indeed. Right, we shall end the season. Bollocks. That sucked. Oh, look, a ship! A ship! Several ships. Are they getting closer? I don't think so. That really sucks. 2 of the factions already are a third of the way to winning. Yep. Okay, alright. The Honor Guard, or a prediction. Let's go to a prediction in the north. We go now to the north for a prediction. Chief Aiden. Your Majesty, excellent news from beyond the sky. As your Majesty knows, I'm something of an amateur astronomer. Excuse me. Oh, all 3 are a third. Oh, great. Thanks. I've seen that a solar eclipse is on the way, visible from the north. We must encourage the kingdom to gather beneath the dark sun and experience this once-in-a-lifetime event. Great God, no, say the barons of the march. An eclipse is a warning from the 9th god, a sign that the kingdom has fallen to shadow. All the nobles start talking at once. Some are excited, some are horrified, but all are very loud. Fuck. Okay. Set the vote. How should the kingdom prepare for the eclipse? Focus on holy protection against the eclipse, which will reduce defiance, and increase faith. Encourage visitors to the north to witness the event, which is good, which is bad for defiance, for me anyway. It'll increase defiance, it'll increase trade, or I'll say these sun-obsessed fools should focus on their land, not the sky. Interesting. I can mark my preferred voting option, but that just feels like I'm telling you which one I want you to ignore. I'm not gonna veto this. I'm not gonna veto any of these options, and I'm not gonna tell you what I would prefer. Captain Shiny says, helpfully, none of these increase your stability. I know. Great. Alright. Nothing affects my authority either. That's cool. Here we go. Let's just start the vote. Encourage visitors to the north to witness the event. Naturally, the chiefs of the north are going for that. So they bloody love a bit of that, because they're after the old Ragnarok. True to form, we've got the barons are going for focusing on holy protection against the eclipse. And it seems a couple of the counts have fallen in with their ranks, but we've got one count over here. Wanting visitors to the north. No one gives a shit about farming. Oh, actually, Raid PW gives a shit about farming. Alright. 96% of nobles have voted. I'm going to give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Click. Voting has closed. And furthermore, Snow White Rose has done a super sticker. It's of a Shiba Inu in kind of formal robe with a bone that has a golden ribbon tied to it, sort of gift wrap. And the Shiba Inu sort of offers it while sort of bowing reverentially, which is quite cute. Will says, hello, I am here at last. Not when I intended because my manager has been getting in the way, but lol, that doesn't matter because new job in 3 days. Why did I say 3? I am daft. 22 days even. Ah, are you going to start phoning it in 3 days? Is that the difference? Congrats, Will. That is great news. Right, 13 nobles voted to encourage visitors to the north to witness the event. By my honour, you shouldn't be encouraging this nonsense. The march is now aloof, everybody. That's an aloof march we've got there. I see you, the barons of the march. As word gets out about the impending solar event, visitors from across the kingdom drift over to the north. Trade is now modest. So that's good. Oh, trade in the north is now modest. Oh, give a shit. How does this affect my treasury, thank you? Right. Aha. Aha. Well, let's look to the march, shall we? For we have an invitation. The march. Your Majesty, it's our honour to invite you to the Lord's Hunt this year. The hunt will be taking place in late spring, so keep your schedule clear. What is the Lord's Hunt? Only the most important event in the March's social calendar. All the barons embark on a marvellous 2-week hunting trip. To refuse our invitation would be a dishonour, Your Majesty. Come along, bring your whole retinue. You might bag a big one. I look forward to it. Apologies, I must decline, which will increase your defiance again, which I don't love. Or hunting for sport is a cruel practice, and I intend to ban it. Moriax42 says, wow, I like my tash. It's a lovely tash, Baron Moriax. I look forward. I look forward to meeting your moustache, Moriax42. And in the march and being bullied on a hunt. Will says, "What's the link to bully Johnny?" I think it's I think the game is full, unfortunately, but we will do another round soon once they've murdered me. Of course, why wouldn't you? Don't get above your station, Moriax. Okay. Oh, that's just a thing. That's just that's a choice I had to make. All right. Now. We shall head to... How do I see the chiefs again? These are our nobles. Look at them there. Alright, we'll do the Honor Guard. Now that you are monarch, you need personal protection. Why, I could plunge my sword into your heart right now, could I not? Says the Marshal. Pah! I'd like to see you try. Is it your imagination, or does your Marshal stifle a wry chuckle? In any case, she quickly hides it. You need an honour guard to keep you safe from dangers, Your Majesty. Unfortunately, this is a political decision. What are my options? Each region... Oh, God. Oh, God, I have to take the region... I have to take my honour guard from chat? That's worse than being undefended. Each region offers a selection of elite guards. The chiefs with their most famous warrior heroes, the counts with knights of the Order of the Drowned Rose, and the barons offer a squad of battle-hardened veteran soldiers. Captain Shiny says, oh, this is a bad plan. I agree. Amaya Akanus on a super chat saying, I have to catch the rest on VOD. Johnny, thank you for your streams and this amazing community. I've been excited to watch a stream all week after losing my 15-year-old pupper. Thanks for giving me something to look forward to. I'm so sorry, Amaya. That's a real shame. 15 years is it's a long time for a dog, but not nearly long enough, is it? So yeah, I hope you feel better soon. I'm sure you had some lovely, lovely times together. But yeah, I'm very glad to be streaming, and I hope it helps. And if you're watching this in the future on VOD Squad, hello again. Right. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties could be divided between you and their region. No shit! Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They'd be loyal to coin above all. Tell me about the Northern Warriors. Bearded oafs with axes and no manners. They'll get drunk and cause trouble in the palace. Well, that's my job. Tell me about the Eastern Knights. The Order of the Drowned Rose are highly respectable. They'll understand palace etiquette, but it's been years since they fought an actual battle. Well, that's good for me. And tell me about the veterans of the march. These soldiers have fought more battles than they've had hot dinners. They'll be uncouth, no doubt, and won't adapt well to life in the palace, but they're loyal and tough as nails. What foreign mercenaries do you suggest? A band of fearsome fighters from the Tatterlands called the Battle-Bitten Brethren. I can't say it, so I won't hire them. The Battle-Bitten Brethren. They specialise in bodyguard work, but they're costly, and hiring foreigners will be considered an insult to all of the regions. I have made my decision. I could either spend £1,000, which is a third of all my money, to piss off everybody, or I could say no on a guard, or there's basically defiance will go up for the others, but down for one of them. Oh, it's so annoying. Because I wanted to pick the Eastern Knights. I wanted to pick the Order of the Drowned Rose, because that sounds like an order from the Adeptus Sororitas, the nuns with guns from Warhammer 40k. However, their goal is to have the lowest defiance. So we simply can't be having that. The Northern Warriors, they seem like a great bunch, but they're already militaristically powerful. The veterans of the march are already they are defiance to the tune of 2. I feel like I have to go with the veterans of the march or no honor guard, but that seems unwise. I will make the arrangements at once. Aha! The North defiance is now aloof. The East defiance is now aloof. The march defiance is now cordial. The veterans arrive a few weeks later. They march into the throne room in perfect formation. Before lining up behind your throne, hands on their sword hilts, each soldier sports a scar bigger than the last. Katronica says, no! Raid PW says, don't worry, Johnny, we'll look after you. Not sure about this. Alright, I think that's all of the business for us to attend to this season. So let's end the season. Fuck, the Chiefs are still... Okay. Oh, fuck. Buildings. Nobles can use their wealth to bid for buildings, which will change stats. Fuck. This is done through an auction where only the top 2 most funded buildings are made. When the auction is open, nobles can fund via the browser. When you're ready, hit the start vote button to begin the auction. Nobles use their personal wealth to bid on buildings, and only the 2 highest funded will be built. Use the command if you're on Twitch. Blah 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 blah. Alright, so the barons. There's a cathedral and there's a monument. Cathedral, monument, cathedral, okay, so right. Interesting. Well, off you go. Ping ping. Emily Hill has done a super chat saying, Johnny, where can I send the teensiest of presents to? I saw it and knew you needed it. Also, hello. I hope you... hello, I love you and hope you're doing well. I'm doing very well, Emily. Thank you very much. Thank you for the super chat, but also... it's very kind of you to get me something. Revolver Rock says we don't want any of it. We abstain. Blimey. I will give you the address for my P.O. box. That is the P.O. box address. Let's see. Currently leading £2,000 on a cathedral. Here. And then second is... Oh no, wait, what's leading now? 2,700 on a monument for the counts. 2,300 on the cathedral. Time's up! Richest nobles. Jeradev is now our richest... Well, lots of people are richest. Biggest contributor, Amber G, gave 700 to build a monument for the counts, which will increase authority. And the cathedral for the barons increases faith. So there we go. We'll end the season. Why is my authority looking like that? Why is there a red thing and then that? Any road. What worries me? What worries me? The chiefs are really strong in terms of military. Alright, a city in flames. Sounds like a downer. Solar discovery or finding a spouse. Let's go on blind date. Finding a spouse, the capital. In the twisty passages of your castle, you can avoid your advisors, the nobles, even the spy master. But there's one person you can't avoid. Cupid! Oh, your mother. Why haven't you found a spouse yet? It's been almost a year, says the Queen Mother. I've been busy. You'd better find the time. Don't worry, I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference? Men, women, or do you not mind? Let's be... bisexual. Excellent. I'll send out messengers to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. Alright, well that sounds good. A solar discovery or a city in flames. Let's do a solar discovery first. We'll go from least to most dramatic, shall we? Solar discovery. Here we go. Here comes Baron John R. Your Highness, while scouting the north for a prime eclipse viewing spot, my servants discovered a portal. It's a shimmering shadow hanging in the air about the size of a door. We threw a rock in, and it returned as a slab of polished obsidian. What? Naturally, I sent one of my servants through next. They saw a red wasteland beneath a sky whose colour defied description. I recall a tale from my childhood of such a land where fairy beings gave vast riches to those brave enough to visit. Riches, you say? This portal is on my land, so I have the rights to any riches it may contain, says Chief Aidan, of the Chiefs of the North. But I discovered it. Well, my servants did. Great treasure lies beyond, I'm sure of it, says Baron John R. So, set the vote. Who should be allowed to explore the portal when the eclipse comes? A. Chief Aidan owns the land, so they own the portal. John R. discovered it, so he can explore it. Or, whoever has the most money should hire an adventurer to explore. Which would be, for some reason, that's going to cost... Oh no, that's going to reduce the wealth of that lot. Okay, so it's not a treasury thing. This is tricky, because, honestly, the barons... it's not on their land. I, personally, am siding with Chief Aidan. Whoever has the most money should hire an adventurer to explore. I'm going to use my veto. I'm going to take an option off the table. I'm going to veto John R. being allowed to explore it on account of having discovered it. That's what I'm going to do. Because I'm worried that further down the line, if they can explore it, It will be good for their trade. Ah, John Rice says, I do actually agree. It's their land. Well, there we go. Right, start the vote. Voting is open. Jero Deb says, whoever has the most money should hire an explorer. So does Spicy Kitty Morit. Wow, the Barons are coming out swinging for can we buy our way in? But it's not enough, it looks like. We've got 8 votes for whoever has the... 9 votes for whoever has the most money should hire an adventurer to explore. But 15 votes now for Chief Aiden owns the land, so they own the portal. Will says, I feel like deciding to do imperialism to the Feylands is a fucking terrible idea. I completely agree. Right. 89% of nobles have voted. Let's just go for it. Let's crack on. Voting has closed. Chief Aiden owns the land, so they own the portal. Very well, very well. Aha! That has reduced the defiance of the chiefs. This is perfect. Look at you, the counts. You're the most defiant of them all. Oh, I feel like a lovely puppet master. Is lovely puppet master a paradox? Probably. Anyway, I feel like a paradox. No, I feel like a puppet master. I don't feel like a paradox. Well, anyway, right. The chiefs are delighted and start making preparations immediately. The kingdom awaits to hear what riches or horrors are within. Oh dear. Okay, well, defiance is now cordial. Meanwhile, complaints from the barons grow as the eclipse draws nearer. Defiance is now aloof. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Alright then, let's see about this city in flames, shall we? Baroness Danilla. Greetings, Baroness Danilla. Your Highness, there's been a terrible... I don't know if that's what you sound like, it probably isn't, but I'm not gonna try and impersonate someone I've never heard before in my life. Your Highness, there's been a terrible fire in the city of Rudhausen, where once there were buildings, there is... sorry. There is now a field of smouldering ash. Dozens of peasants have died. Don't know why I read it out in such a chipper way, but here we go. What caused this fire? Filled with religious conviction, the townsfolk seized a travelling wizard and attempted to burn him at the stake for practicing dark magic. I understand he walked out of the city unharmed. The same cannot be said for those who tried to burn him. This is why you never tangle with wizards? Or, well, I'm sorry to hear that your city's gone up in flames. This is why you never tangle with wizards, barons of the march. I was hoping the council might unlock some funds from the treasury so we could rebuild. Fucking hell! Okay, so, oh wow, I wish I hadn't used my veto. We can either rebuild the city exactly as it was, halving the amount of gold in the treasury. We can rebuild in stone rather than in wood, which will wipe out the treasury. And I think this means at the end of the season, I would lose the game. Because I would have no money. We could offer no help, which will only lose us 200 gold pieces, and will be bad for trade for the barons. It will be bad for stability in the kingdom, which I don't like. It will be very good for defiance. Wraith Shadowheart has done a super chat saying, Your Majesty, there was a terrible fire. Yawn. Sorry about the yawning. I'm very tired at the minute. It's been a hell of a week. Right. Well, we can also find and punish the wizard responsible, which is bad for faith, bad for military, bad for authority, bad for money, and good for defiance. This is a fucking nightmare. I'm going to... I'm not going to offer a choice. Fuck it. Katronica says they deserved it. Offer no help. Oh, a lot of you are keen on finding and punishing the wizard responsible. That's not what I thought. Revolver of the Rock, voting in a different way to many of the other chiefs. 13 votes for finding and punishing a wizard. This is not what I wanted at all. Minna and Iffy Right, Minna and Iffy, perfectly happy to see the kingdom fall apart right now. Nobody wants to rebuild the city exactly as it was. 2 people want to rebuild in stone rather than wood and thereby destroy my entire kingdom. 7 of you want to offer no help, and 15 of you are keen to find and punish the wizard responsible. Iffy has done a smiling face with a halo. I see you, Iffy. And Minna. Right, okay. Peter Williams, I'm afraid that vote commands do not work in YouTube. Right? Apparently we're going to go punish a wizard. This is such a bad idea. What's wrong with you all? A wizard named Gordius is deemed responsible for the fire. You send a squad of soldiers to arrest him and bring him in for questioning. The soldiers are found a week later, scattered around a field, reduced to bones and ashes. The superstitious townsfolk whisper that wizards are above the laws of both monarch and god. Military is now mediocre, authority is now dubious, faith is now steadfast. Well, shit the bed. Pufflemaster says, okay, that wasn't great. It was not. Ray PW says that was an unrelated gunpowder incident. Yes, gunpowder. That thing you like. Meanwhile, the barons who bear the cost of rebuilding grumble that money would have been more appreciated than your ham-fisted attempt at justice, for which you fucking voted, you lot. Some barons' wealth has decreased. Well, shouldn't have voted to punish a wizard then. Pufflemaster says, may I ask how voting works if it doesn't go if it doesn't do through YouTube? It's basically you can join on your phone or in a browser, like in a Jackbox game. That's what we're doing, but there's a hard player limit. Yeah, you can do it via Twitch and via a plugin. Ray PW says 200 gold was a fair exchange. Danila Dragon says we're plotting, you know. This is bad. Baroness Danila swans in and says, Gadzooks, what is the point of having a monarch in the first place? Ooh, you forked-tongued little Baroness of the March. Well, I don't know what... Oh, thanks for doing what I wanted, but why on earth did you do that? Awful. Look at all of you. You're dreadful. At least my treasury is still fine. Honestly. End season. Bong. I haven't even kissed someone yet. I haven't got an heir or a spouse. Seeking a simulacrum. Far in the east, Conte Chaos is hosting a dinner party in their castle with a few distinguished guests. Fate is not smiling upon us, friend. We failed to win the Spymaster's trust, and she still watches us with an eagle eye. How goes the search for the look-alike? Not well. I'm still looking. The best I found is a peasant with a wrong-shaped nose, the wrong-coloured eyes, and a wooden leg. Don't let that discourage you. Keep searching. Our doppelganger is out there. I'm sure of it. The Count's aim is to be the region with the lowest defiance. Yes, but look how defiant you are. Too defiant. Dreadful. Dear, oh dear. In a distant fortress, the March, amidst dark and foreboding forests, a small, squat castle, squats, stands watch over the Marcher border. There, at the end of the kingdom, a plot is hatching. Look here, our first shipment from Kurth. Oh, fuck you, Baron Raid PW, fuck you. Incredible, may I see inside, says Baron Pyramid. Careful with that torch, you fool, you'll blow us to smithereens, says Baron Raid PW. So this is the fabled black powder, says Lorenz. Incredibly powerful, but will need much, much more to put you on the throne, says Baron Raid PW. For the next stage of the Baron's scheme, they must raise their trades to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Their trade isn't 5 or more! You fucking bastards! Ah. God damn it. Taxation. You may collect taxes either from a region or a standard tax. Taxing a specific region will take wealth from nobles and increase their region's defiance. That's very bad for the Counts of the East. But unfortunately, the Barons of the March are... The Barons of the March are running away with this. My richest nobles are in the north, though. Taxation effects. +1 defiance. +400 treasury. And down on wealth for the original barons. After a skirmish with ice giants, the chiefs looted 500 wealth. The other nobles gained 200 wealth. Bloody hell, the chiefs have been busy, haven't they? Right. I can take a small tax from the kingdom's commoners or tax one region's nobles. The latter will raise defiance and take personal wealth from nobles of that region. I need to hobble the Barons of the March. Sorry about it. Oh fuck, but their defiance is very high. Oh well. Guess we'll end the season. I mean, I wasn't going to tax the working class, was I? I may be a monarch, and thus, you know, committed to a system of inequality, but I'm not getting off on it. Unsteady Footing has done a super chat saying, I'll catch VOD. I've been running Strahd online for Mind Pub regulars, but now running Session 0 for my first table game since pre-COVID. Wish me luck. Have fun, Unsteady Footing. Table games are a bloody delight, as are Session Zeros. Big fan. The Mind Pub. It's the pub in your mind. It's the pub of the future. We've got eligible options, a military proposal, and blood money. We're going to have a look at the eligible options first, and then we'll do blood money, and then we'll look at a military proposal. Queen Mother, I have found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young candidate from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely, you'll be securing a powerful alliance. And a partner for life to have to hold, don't forget. I suppose so, but the alliance comes first. Great. Your mother leads you to the Great Hall where she's arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Well, I don't even get to meet them? There's no time for sentiment, you just need a match that befits your station and suits your political needs. Yikes! Wowee! Emma Benton says, ye old Tinder. The Nice Witch says, oh fun, it's medieval blind date. Scylla would have loved this. Yeah, it seems like she would have been well into gaming streams. She whisked away the cloth from the first portrait. This is Mag, firstborn daughter of the Northern Phil McThree clan. She's been a melancholy sort ever since she was a child, but otherwise she's decent enough company. Lovely. Always got her nose in a book, from what I've heard, and her nose stuck in a book. Had a bit of controversy a while back when her clan hall burned down. She was to blame somehow. I can see the appeal, I suppose. This is Desmond, the eldest son of the Eastern Snood Dog dynasty. I'm not sure why the artist made him look so severe, just a trick of the light, perhaps. He bought a controlling interest in a silver mine in the east and made a killing. He did have to suppress a peasant revolt on his land recently. I wonder why. 'Cause he's a Tory! Finally, we have the March is offering Samuel, scion of the prestigious Oracle bloodline. A typical baron, really. Loud and brash and self-absorbed, but mostly well-meaning. Snood Dog says, OMG, my house is in the running. Like most of the barons, his great passion is hunting. No beast is safe from his crossbow, nor is he actually. He walks with a limp ever since he shot himself in the shin trying to hit a ferret. Is that all? Meh. What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. It's getting quite worrying, the defiance from the barons. But I mean, everyone in chat seems to think that Mag is amazing, and I agree. They're so militaristically strong. Yeah, I think we have to do that. This is Mag, first bone. Yeah. Yeah. I've made my decision. Mag of the North! Or I could refuse to marry any of them. Interesting. Will says, I do not think Mag is amazing. I think the rest of them fucking suck. Yep, entirely fair. Mag of the North! Defiance is now loyal. The North is loyal to me. The March is now aggrieved. And the East is now grumbling. Alright. Now, what about this blood money I hear so much about? Come on then, the March. Baron John R. says, What are you talking about? Gag. Nothing is wrong. Absolutely nothing is wrong in the March. Really, because you're looking at me like you've swallowed a wasp. I'm about to make 500 money. There's definitely not an old witch who lives at the border of my lands, and I definitely haven't been having money troubles. Well, the nice witch, did you find a way of joining the game that wasn't becoming a noble? And most importantly, she didn't offer me a fortune in exchange for just a drop of my blood, an offer which I absolutely didn't accept. Baron John R's wealth has increased from 156 gold to 656 gold. You keep looking at me like I've trod on your foot. Ever since I didn't accept the witch's bargain, I haven't found myself obeying her every command. I definitely still rule over my estate, not her. Baron John R. Uh-oh. Furthermore, she didn't forbid me from telling you any of this, and I'm not using negative statements to bypass her magic. Let's fetch the court physician to see if we can lift your curse. Hang on, I'm starting to think you mean the opposite of what you say, or I'm glad that's cleared up. Let's celebrate all this good news with some wine. Which would be good for farming for the barons. The nice witch says, John's fine, don't worry. Well, then we will. We'll celebrate with some wine. Baron John R. looks unaccountably miserable during your drinking session. What's his problem, anyway? Come harvest time, Baron John R's farms yield a lot more grain than they used to, and the peasants are happier. In fact, everything's going great. Their farming is now bountiful. You love to see it. There are some complaints about priests going missing, of course, and the churches keep burning down, but you can't have everything. Faith is now irreverent. We've dethroned God a bit. Alright, well, that went interestingly. A military proposal. Let's see. Chief MD 21. In the frozen wastes north of our border, there are hill folk, eager to join our kingdom as full citizens. Why don't we offer them the chance, in exchange for a decade of military service, of course. An intriguing idea. You're already very military big. But those are outsiders, I'll say. They're hardy warriors, Your Majesty, as demonstrated by the many northern villages they've raided and razed to the ground. Uh-oh. So, set the vote. Can the chiefs offer citizenship to the hill folk in exchange for military service? If we offer citizenship to any hill folk offering to join the Northern Army, it will decrease defiance, increase their military, decrease stability, that's bad for me, and decrease faith. I'm absolutely vetoing that because stability is my win condition. So the options are offer citizenship, but only to a select few of the best warriors, which will reduce defiance and increase the military, or no, this is a preposterous idea, which will increase defiance. Here we go. Let's see what the nobles would like. Good nobles, there you all are on the list. Hello. Vote away, please. Silver Comet says, I mean, you are in a likely loveless marriage with the North, so pretty safe. Yes, but I think you can just... If your military gets high enough? Oh no, it's if your defiance gets high enough. Oh well, whoopsie. Okay. Oh, it's tight. Ish. It's not that tight. No, this is a preposterous idea. Seems to be winning out. Very, very partisan, this one. Of the barons, only one has voted the other way. The entirety of the chiefs have offered citizenship. And the counts think it's a shit idea. Well then. The nice which says, damn, the barons are really leaning into defiance, aren't they? Alright, it is so. It shall be thus. 15 nobles voted to know this is a preposterous idea. Steve Clapton says the North will remember this. Oh no. I've made... Oh shit. Chief Who MD21 says, I've made a list of everyone who voted against my proposal. I've written on the handle of my axe. With such bitter words was our relationship reduced to cordial. Sarah Lynch says, not made a stream in ages. Hello, assorted skeletons. Hello, Sarah. I hope you are very, 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 very well. I am the monarch. I am ruling the kingdom. But chat, 27 of chat? I thought it was a 24-player camp. 27 of chat, allegedly, have been split into 3 houses. Sorry. Very unlike in dignity. And they are able to vote on things as my advisors. And they all are plotting against me. The barons need to be good at trade, which they're doing brilliantly at. The counts need to be very low in defiance, which they're struggling to do because I've been hobbling the shit out of them. Shit, the chiefs. Oh no, what do the chiefs need? I've forgotten what the chiefs need! Chiefs need Ragnarok. The chiefs need high military. Fuck! Oh, I'm so fucked. Oh, it's the blue tick. Right, yeah. Well, I'm fucked. Okay. It's not going well. Pufflemaster says, I just noticed, do you have early access for this? It doesn't seem to be out fully yet. Yeah, it's an early access game, but I got a code from... I should have said, actually. I got a code directly from the developer, which is very kind of them. Uh-oh. Well, let's end the season. Fuck. Oh, God. That's right, they're making an alliance with the Ice Giants. How can I forget? Far to the north, where snow blankets the landscape and wolves howl in the night, the chiefs plot to bring about the end of the world. Long Island Iced Tech. What a good username. Says, oh yeah, everyone's the king until they forget Ragnarok. Ah, shit. Ragnarok. Praise Morgana, says Chieftain Jan Fire Isle. Initial talks with the Ice Giants are going so well, they've gifted us a new patch of fertile land in the northern valleys. Their farming is now sufficient. Will says, out from Asgard, a Viking ship sails. never to turn back again. The gods are good, says Chief Balthazar the Shifty. With luck, this will be the foundation of an alliance strong enough to rock the world. To Ragnarok the world. Ha ha ha. Aye, says Chief Yanfire Isle. Sorry, I know I keep yawning. I'm very tired this week. The ice giants are a formidable ally, tall as a building and limbs like tree trunks, and those southerners don't know how to fight them like we do. But first we must offer something the giants desire. A whole kingdom's worth of pillage? Steady on, says Chief Balthazar the Shifty. Just what I was thinking. If we fill the kingdom with bountiful goods and plunder, the giants won't be able to resist. For the next stage of the chief's scheme, they must raise other regions' train to a combined total of 12 or more in 3 seasons. Currently it's at 9. That is a great one. Very good. Interesting. Adopt a law! Here you can adopt a new law that can alter how voting works. You can only adopt one new law at a time and you have a maximum of 3 laws to use. Okay. Reverse voting. Nobles must vote for their least favourite option, and the option with the least votes will pass. I like that. After voting, nobles can change their minds and vote for a different option. Or the monarch can mark their preferred voting option, and if chosen, they gain +1 authority. I'm going to take reverse voting. I'm going to make you all vote for the thing you hate least. No, wait. Yes. Wait. No. I'm going to make you vote for the thing you hate. Fuck. Alright, a missing noble, the Lord's Hunt, the Royal Wedding. Well, let's do the Lord's Hunt first, because wait for it, it's a stag do. The Lord's Hunt, the march. Hunting dogs. After several days riding along muddy roads, you have arrived in the march for the Lord's Hunt. What weapon did you bring for the occasion? A spear. And what animals did you bring to help you catch your prey? A falcon. Ah, your majesty, please, you could make it, says Baron Moriax. I see you've brought a spear. Marvellous choice, your majesty. And you've brought a falcon. Good for small game, your majesty, but I hope you're not hoping to hunt a deer with that thing. I like dogs. I don't like it when dogs are used in hunting, and I don't like it when dogs are put in danger, so I chose a falcon. These woods are teeming with game, your majesty. As the monarch, it's up to you what we hunt. Rabbits, deer, the white hart, ducks, or boar. Absolutely no way we're going after boar. Should we go for the white hart? We'll go for the white hart. Are you sure, your majesty? The white hart is said to live in these woods, but it's a rare and elusive beast. They say it's nearly impossible to catch. Alright. Ducks. I'd hope to be hunting slightly larger game this morning, your majesty, but I must respect your decision. Fuck you, Baron Moriax. Not you, chat user Moriax. Moriax lifts a horn to his lips and blows, producing a sound that scares the birds from the surrounding trees. Let the Lord's Hunt commence! You spur on your horse through the undergrowth, your spear clutched in your sweaty palms, your falcon soars overhead. I'm there looking like fucking Aomer, being like with a spear, and we're going after duck. Brilliant. This is my kind of hunt. Keep your spear at the register, your majesty. Keep your spear at the ready, your majesty. You'll only get one throw. Some choices have uncertain outcomes. These are challenges. These can either be random or based on a stat. The percentage value shows the chance of success. 70% chance of hitting a duck. Or I can accept 500 monies to let others do it. I'm going to chuck that spear. Nick Jeffrey has done a super chat saying, "Hi Johnny, I wish I was a noble, but I'm a mere peon. Question for you all though, who has the best butt? Kirby, Pikachu, or Pac-Man?" I'm going to say Kirby. Pac-Man is perfectly like spherical, so it's not really much of a butt. And Pikachu's like all kind of like haunch. It's kind of like a butt that runs into leg. Male, she says Kirby is technically a child, so... Well, it's Kirby. Chuck, thunk. Your spear flies true, bringing a duck to the ground. Yes! Meanwhile, your falcon swoops down from above and snatches up another duck in its talons. 2 for the price of 1. Good show, your majesty, says Baron Moriax. The rest of the Lord's hunt is similarly successful. Each night you and the Barons feast on roast duck breast and red wine. Each morning you ride forth to do it all again. The defiance in the march is now insolent. Several days later you begin the long ride back to the capital, having successfully won the Barons' respect. I mean, they're still insolent, so... Bo Bishop says it would have been really unfortunate had you speared your falcon instead of the duck. Very true. God, that might have happened, you know. Right. Well, it's time to get married. The royal wedding. Your wedding to Mag is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. I would get bored of that. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Mag at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? I do. Then I pronounce you married in the eyes of the kingdom. Yeah, stability up at 7. Yeah, authority to 5. Take that, gunpowder, Ragnarok and doppelganger. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance. Your new wife, Mag, refuses to dance at all, preferring instead to brood in the corner. Oh my god, I picked well. Ronald Long says, shortest ceremony ever. Oh, fuck. JT Goda says, oh, look, trade is up. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, well. Okay. The march is now grumbling. Stability is now steady. That's what we want. Authority is now credible. Hey? The north is loyal. The east is aloof. I'm into it. By the time you find yourself alone with Mag, it's past midnight and you've never felt more tired. My ancestors would be furious that I got married in a cathedral instead of at one of Morgana's sacred stones. Says Mag. Perhaps you're right, Mag. The peasants have the right idea. They get married for love, not for politics. Oh, to live the simple life of a commoner. There, we're both in this together? That's the most romantic thing I could say, right? You comfort Mag long into the night, listening as she expresses her doubts and fears. As dawn breaks, she falls asleep on your shoulder, exhausted. Well, that's nice. A missing noble? Oh. In the capital, the solar eclipse does little except make the day a little grey, but the north is a different story. My liege, the moment the sun went dark, Chief Aiden entered the shadow portal and vanished. I'm not sure what they expected would happen, but I warned the council of their ineptitude. Baron John R., mate, come on. Right. Should Chief Aiden be retrieved from the portal, send in a reliable adventurer to rescue them for 12,000 monies. Send in the northern troops, which has a 65% chance of success, or wait and see if they come back on their own. I am going to try out reverse voting. So you have to vote for your least favourite thing. Am I? Because everyone's just going to make the treasury go bananas. Right, no, I am. I'm going to do it. I'm going to set the law. Here we go. Welsh Spider says, just finished work. Am I able to join and how do I do it? It's unfortunately the game is full right now. But we'll do another one after this. I don't know how long the game lasts, actually, but we'll see. Start the vote. Voting is open. Wait and see if they come back on their own. The North does not care about its own. Isn't this one of your chiefs? Revolver of the Rock wants to send in the Northern troops. Oh, no, wait, you're voting for your least favourite thing. Sorry, the North really cares about its own. Fuck's sake. 85% of voters. Sorry, everyone. I reversed the vote and then was like, wow, what are you doing? Alright, well, it looks like we're sending in a reliable adventurer to rescue them. Heather Underhill has done a super chat saying, this makes me happy after a crap day. Stay wonderful, Johnny. Thank you very much. Also, kick-ass surname. Very, very good. 2 nobles voted to send a reliable adventurer to rescue them. Katronica and Chaos. Didn't want a reliable adventurer hired. But, by Jove, we've done it. The portal shimmers dormant in the air for 3 days before flinging out the corpse of the adventurer at an incredible speed. Chief Aiden then emerges in perfect physical health. Well, why the fuck am I still paying for this then? Beings of air, not voices, ideas, wanted, forever. Look. Oh, Chief Aiden, I don't think this is very good for you. Ooh. Look, 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 look! They pass a hand over the floor, and jewels erupt from the flagstones, cracking them open like a glittering earthquake. Soon the ground is awash with priceless crystals. Well, if it's awash with priceless crystals, their value is going to plummet. They swoon to the ground as more jewels emerge. After sleeping for 4 days straight, they awake once more, having lost their new ability and much of their memory. Still, the crystals remain, though Chief Aiden becomes known as an eccentric sort, walking only with arms extended, palms facing the ground. The chiefs prosper. In the north, some chiefs' wealth has increased, trade is now prosperous, and defiance can't go lower. I am so boned. I'm so boned. Oh, you scheming little pricks. Bong. Your Majesty, these upstarts are saying they were right to your throne. No doubt the nobles are already scheming. Yada yada yada. Warning, the monarch currently has no heir. I know. Right. So trade is up there for the barons. They're doing great. I'm really sorry, Counts of the East. This has been quite an effective strategy. It feels like you've really been hamstrung there. But at least you get to be the spooky ones in a castle. Alright, horror in the east, the deceased, and an infestation of crawlers. Well, these all sound very positive. Your Highness, a monster. Sorry, Countess, it's just Ange says, Your Highness, a monster has been stalking my farms at night, smashing down the doors of cottages and feasting on the peasants inside. How many victims? Dozens, Your Highness, and only a few have survived the attacks. Well, it's time to have a massive game of werewolf, isn't it? The survivors tell a garbled story about gleaming fangs amid a mountain of blood-soaked fur. I knew it. Okay. How should the council deal with the monster in the east? Offer a substantial bounty on the monster, this is no concern of ours, or send the count's army to deal with the abomination? I'm actually going to select offer a substantial bounty on the monster because the peasants deserve to not be torn to shreds. And also, like, the counts have been so hobbled by my early attempts to piss them off that I actually feel like throwing them a bone. So there we go. Here we go. Revolver of the Rock and Spiky Kitty, quite keen to send the Count's army to die. This is not reverse voting, remember. This is just regular. This is no concern of ours. Say a surprising number of chiefs of 3 barons. Looks like we're offering a substantial bounty on the monster. And Nick Jeffrey has offered a substantial bounty on a super chat that says, my money says it's a werebadger, not a werewolf. Spooky. Alright, let's go. Voting is closed. Oh, whoops. We placed a bounty. Sorry. The bounty is placed. Hopefully some enterprising monster slayer will claim it soon. Defiance is now cordial. Alright. An infestation of crawlers or the deceased. Neither sounds particularly good. Let's go for an infestation of crawlers. Your Greatness, our mutual friend Baron Jeradev, this is Chief JT by the way, has discovered a nest of crawlers on a new tract of Marcher farmland. Why do the chiefs of the north give a shit? Naturally, we chiefs recommended he fill the tunnels immediately lest they spread to other regions and endanger our crops, but Jeradev refuses to do so. Common folk have gone missing, Your Highness, says Baron Jeradev. These crawlers are much more dangerous than they appear. Legends speak of crawlers living in great cities beneath the soil, taking the weak to be consumed. We should leave the land to them. They're not to be trifled with. Tell me more about these crawlers. Horrible cow-sized worms that live under the earth with tiny clacking legs like centipedes. They're rare but formidable foes. They turn up unpredictably and attack whatever they find before retreating back into the earth. Noting that well-organised troops can't handle... Nothing that well-organised troops can't handle, I'm sure. Assemble the council, then. Chief JT says, thank you, Your Highness. A nest of crawlers has been found in the march. What should the council do? Abandon the fields to the crawlers, which would reduce their trade and their farming and increase their defiance. Fill in the holes and continue farming, or send someone into the tunnels to investigate. Nick Jeffrey has done a super chat saying, a bounty? Do monsters like coconut? Well, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to veto fill in the holes and continue farming. And I'm just going to have to hope that people pile in on send someone into the tunnels to investigate. Because the Baron's trade is scarily high. As is the Chief's military. Let's start that vote, baby! Send someone into the tunnels to investigate? What's wrong with you, the Chiefs? Why are you in bed with the Barons? What's going on? What? This has not gone the way I hoped. I thought you were going to be happy to stick the knife in on the bloody crawlers. No, not stick the knife in on the crawlers. Stick the knife in on the bloody Barons. But 17-5. The council need to trade up. Yes. That's right. Fuck. Yes. Bugger. Well, at least one of you went the other way. Okay, fine. Bo Firelong says, your fatal mistake, Johnny, was telling them what you wanted. Yes. We're sending someone in to investigate, which is a good thing to do, I suppose. Very well, who shall we send on this most unfortunate mission, says the Marshal. Ah, send soldiers from the march. Hire adventurers to explore the tunnels. No, 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 this is a serious matter. We shall send for a wizard. You send messages to search for a willing wizard, but you anticipate it will be some time before one is found. Oh no! Trade is modest in the barony, in the march. Oh no! As we wait, more and more peasants go missing down the mysterious tunnels. Whoopsie doopsie! Ah. Quite pleased with that. The deceased. Treasurer. The elderly Chief Marjata, a cousin many times removed of Chief Revolver of the Rock, died in her sleep last week. She was nearly 90, would you believe? Why are you telling me this? She was very wealthy, Your Majesty, but she could have spent a little more time on her accounts. She died without a will, and the nobles are scrabbling for her estate. Oh, Revolver Rock in chat says, no, auntie. I'm sorry, Revolver of the Rock. Chief Marjata was my relative, says Chief Revolver of the Rock. I wrote to her at least once a year. Of course the estate should be mine. My late great-grandfather used to play backgammon with her. He swore she intended to leave it to our family. By the old gods, that's a pitiful claim, says Chief Revolver of the Rock. Okay. Wow. We could try and claim the estate for the treasury. Holy shit. So. We can give the estate to Chief Revolver of the Rock, which will affect Defiance. Negatively for some, positively for others. Excuse me. It will increase wealth and the treasury. We could give the estate to Countess Iffy, which will, again, duke the Defiance stats. It will increase wealth and the treasury again. We can redistribute the estate among the northern peasants, which is good for Defiance and trade. Or rather, it puts Defiance and trade, both of them, up. God damn it. Or we can claim the estate for the treasury, which increases Defiance and the treasury. Silver Comet says, put the inheritance in the tunnel, 2 birds and all that. Yeah, fair. Will says, this is a serious matter. Send for a wizard. Yeah. Okay. Jeffrey says, keep the money if he wanted you deposed. Yeah, this is true. I'm just going to start the vote on this one. I feel so powerless! Pretty even voting. Give the estate to Chief of... Oh! It looks like we're redistributing the estate among the northern peasants. But it's close still. 9 for redistribute. 5 for give the estate to Iffy. 7 for Revolver Rock. Interesting. 70% of nobles have voted. Come now. Come vote for your thing. Rob J says, how do you join for voting? Unfortunately, it's full right now. %77% of nobles have voted. Alright. Let's go for it. That was pretty tight. Voting has closed. 9 nobles voted to redistribute the estate among the northern peasants. Which ones were they? It doesn't show up here. Interesting. Katronica says, how do we have 30 nobles? I don't know. I'm not sure. Northern and eastern nobles watch in outrage. Outrage! As peasants occupy the estate and move into the manor house. The North's defiance is now cordial. The East's defiance is now aloof. Poor counts of the East. Using the late Chief Marjata's money, the peasants set up a marketplace on her land. It turns out to be a huge success, with merchants flocking to the place in crowds. Shit. Trade is now opulent. I'm so fucked. That's real bad. That's real bad. Meoshi says Defiance feels a little easy to raise. I think that's a really hard win condition. It's easy to raise, but oh yeah, no, yeah. So you mean that's a hard win condition. Chris K has done a super chat saying for the kittens and the puppy. Oh, thank you very much. It's very, very kind. All right. Bong. End of turn. Nobles use their personal wealth. No, Johnny, they need the Baron and Count trade to equal 12. Doesn't count their own. Oh, okay. I'm glad you're keeping track of this. I've got a whole kingdom to run. And you have to start funding buildings. Revolver of the Rock. In fact, all of the fucking chiefs of the north are loaded. Right, bid on buildings. Only the 2 highest funded will be built. So we've got a cathedral, a grand bazaar, which is good for trade. A cathedral again. A library, which is good for stability. Oh, we like a library, don't we? A grand bazaar, which is good for trade. And a monument, which is good for authority. We like a library, though, don't we? It'd be great if everyone could just fund that library. Let's find out. You got 60 seconds. Remember, you've got to do it via your browser, not through chat commands, because this is youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini, not twitch.tv/ I don't have a Twitch account. Well, I do, but it don't stream on it. Will says, how bizarre. Come on, fund me a library, please. I need an heir. How am I going to get an heir? Sea Monster says, hi Johnny, I don't know if you remember, but my fiance Andrew commented a while ago to tell you you're our favourite streamer to watch together. It may have mentioned we're getting married. Are you busy April 1st? Oh, I'm afraid that's the anniversary of my channel. It's the channel birthday, so I'll be streaming almost certainly. But congratulations again, and I hope you have a bloody lovely wedding. What did we get? What buildings did we get? Come on, baby. Buildings funded. Grand Bazaar twice. Phil McThree put in 1,500 smackaroonies of the 7,600 needed to fund a Grand Bazaar for the Counts of the East, and 7,568 went in for the Barons of the March, with Steve C being the biggest contributor. And as Mayoshi says, yeah, now you can worry, Johnny. Yep. Great. Ah! Gunpowder smuggling. About your heir! About your heir! Garena Rain has put the blood pair in chat. There is a pear person. It's a person who's made of a pear, or is a pear, I don't know. A pear has arms, legs and a face and a mug of blood in its hand, and it keeps just sloshing it about like it's in a beer hall and it's happy. Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair. I'm very happy, thank you. Your happiness isn't as important as fulfilling your duties to the kingdom, but I'm glad you found a way to have both. You've done well so far, but something's still missing. An heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured, who you can mould into your own image. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're a bastard, or the youngest of your many cousins. My wife and I will have a child together. I'm pretty sure I have a bastard child lying around somewhere. I plan to adopt a low-born child from the orphanage, or I'll make my youngest cousin my heir. My wife and I will have a child together. Ah, the traditional method. No one will object to that. I'll arrange for you to take a month off from ruling so you can, get down to business. I think we will. Delightful. Right, a wizardly warning. Chancellor, Your Highness, an update on your search for the wizard to deal with the crawler problem. A very small update. Unfortunately, we received only a single reply from the wizard Gordias. He says to leave the vulgar alone if you know what's good for you, and to not contact him again about the issue. Ah. Right. Shall I send a reply, Your Majesty? Thank him for the warning. The Chancellor nods, then leaves the room. If a wizard can't magic you out with this one, you'll need another solution to these vulgar, and soon. Branded Torin says, classic wizard behaviour. Right, gunpowder smuggling. Let's bust that smuggling ring. Your Highness, the Barons of the March are attempting to amass a store of gunpowder. You know, the explosive black powder from Kurth. What can I do? The Barons have established contacts with Kurth merchants, no doubt at great expense. Without the coin to purchase more power, however, their plot will fail. As it stands, the Barons' trade is strong enough to procure a large gunpowder stockpile. If you wish to stop them, you'll have to act fast. You bring up the revelations which the Barons wholeheartedly deny to the Council. Now, What should the Crown do about the alleged import of gunpowder from Kurth to the March? Slap heavy tariffs on all imports to the March, or threaten Kurth with sanctions for supplying gunpowder to the Barons, or allow the Barons to import whatever they please? Well, we shall be vetoing that fucking one. And also we're doing reverse voting today. I know you can only do one. Well, I'm vetoing allowing the Barons to import whatever they please. Pufflemaster says, Johnny, this is lies and slander. Well then. Vote. Vote away, nobles. The chiefs are very keen on threatening Kurth with sanctions for supplying gunpowder to the Barons. They want trade right up in the sky, don't they? The counts are all about tariffs. This didn't go the way I hoped it would, I'll be perfectly honest with you. Oh no, wait, it was reverse voting again. No, it wasn't reverse voting. I'm so tired. Reverse voting. 18 nobles voted to threaten Kurth with sanctions for supplying gunpowder to the Barons. Nick Jeffrey has done a super chat saying, no wizard, try for a sorcerer or warlock. A good point, Nick. Kurth doesn't respond lightly to threats of sanctions, but they're also not willing to jeopardize trade relations over some of their more enterprising merchants. The gunpowder import has slowed to a trickle, but it hasn't stopped. The Baron's stat goal will not be evaluated for another 2 seasons. Right. We should end the season. I'll tell you what, I could also really do with refreshing my water and actually going for a wee. So if those of you who are playing in browser are all right, we'll just take literally maybe a 4 or 5 minute break this time rather than a 5 to 7, if that's okay. So the usual thing applies. Have a stretch, get some water if you need it. How's your posture, etc., etc. If you're not going anywhere, here's my dog and some smooth jazz. Back in a bit. Oh, my buttons aren't working today. All right, back in a bit. There we go. That's better, isn't it? Hello. Was that 5 minutes? I'm not sure. Probably not. But hi, I'm back. I got some water. I've also got a little whiskey for my throat, because my throat's a bit sore. Neko the Kitty says, thanks, Nobles. I imagine it's a little easier for the Monarch to manipulate things when they're not telegraphing their goals on a stream. This game is really cool. Yeah, it's fun. I like it a lot. Right. Oh, that was like 2 minutes, says Emma Benton, if even. Well, I'll sit here for a couple more minutes. Angry Evie says, hide the gunpowder. Damn it! Stop, all of you. Stop it, all of you, rather. Wow, I'm tired. Probably won't go all the way to 8 PM today, if I'm perfectly honest. Ronald Long says, I've heard whiskey is good for an upset stomach. Is that a thing? Not that I'm aware of. Not really, no. Ginger's good. Valeria699 says, is it just me or is there audio lag? There is. There's about a seven frame delay on me old... me old mouth. I normally fix it when I'm editing, but obviously when I'm streaming it's noticeable. I should fix it. Oh well, one of these days. Anyway, how about we do some kingdom stuff? Hey? I'll end the season. Pim. March of the Giants. Fuck. Oh! Back in the north, Chief Yan Fire Isle is hosting yet another feast at their clan hall. Not everyone is in the mood for celebrating. However, no developments, I'm afraid. The Giants aren't willing to commit. Not yet, anyway. Well. What's the prob? Sorry. Chief Balthazar the Shifty says, what's the problem? They'll leave their brains in the ice caves again, or are they too scared to take on a measly monarch? Nay, not enough plunder. We have to make sure the other regions are bigger, juicier targets, says Chief Yan Fire Isle. Oh no. Yan says, my hair is magnificent! It really is. Well, I'm sorry that the other regions aren't bigger, juicier targets. The Chief's aim is to raise other regions' combined trade to 12 or more. Yeah, it is. Now then. I can do some taxation. I can do a little taxation. The North is very rich. Very rich. So rich. Oh, not quite as rich. Oh, look. The barons invested wisely in the fur trade, making 500 wealth. The other nobles gained 200 wealth. Well. Who cares when the North is just so rich? End the season. Right then, what do we got? Heretical Discovery, the Monster Slayer, and the Crawler Problem. Oh no, not the Crawler Problem. How about the Monster Slayer? Your Majesty, you offered a bounty on the monster in the east, says Marl. I could have collected it by now, but I wanted to speak to you first. Why? Last week I hunted the beast down, found it feasting on the remnants of some unlucky peasant. Damn creature loped away before I could kill it, so I followed at a distance. Neko the Kitty says, when do we get to go on honeymoon with our wife? That's a good question. We've still not had our honeymoon. It's been 5 years. We should really do that at some point. The beast made its way back to a grand keep, and before my very eyes I witnessed this bloodthirsty beast transform back into Countess Aimless Cryptid. Well. Do you know what manner of creature this might be? It's some kind of skin shedder, no doubt. A nightmare beast that lives within a Countess Aimless Cryptid's skin. and comes out at night. Well. You think you know a community, you know? Orthogonalist says, classic aimless cryptid. Actually, yeah, it is. Cheerful Spider says, in retrospect, should have seen that coming. We should have, yeah. Right. She will have no memory of her crimes, I am sure. Oh no. What should I do? Removing the head would be a good start. I can do the deed for a small fee. No, this matter should be put to a vote. Yes, please deal with this at once, or I'll send a team of inquisitors to investigate these claims. I'm putting it to a vote because it's funny. Very well, Your Majesty. Whatever you say. Barney Braddleson. What a bloody great name. Barney Braddleson has done a super chat saying, "Hi Johnny, can you please shout out my husband Barney and our 6-week-old daughter Beverly? Your streams have really helped us through the tough nights." Well, yeah, Barney. Beverly, here's a shout out to you. 6 weeks old. Wow, how life must have changed. It must have been a bloody whirlwind. You must, yeah, you must be exhausted, but hopefully very fulfilled and happy. So, yeah, congratulations. I'm very glad that I could be there on the tough nights. Well, I hope there aren't loads of them, but the next time there is one, I'll see you there. So, yeah, thanks again, and yeah, congrats. I don't know why it's deleted. Your council is shocked at the revelation that Countess Aimless Cryptid is responsible for the horrors in the East. Infamy! Libel! I am innocent, says Countess Aimless Cryptid. Right. Bye, I love you. Set the vote. How should the council respond to the accusations against Countess Aimless Cryptid? Do we send a team of inquisitors to investigate these claims, which will increase defiance and faith? Arrest Countess Aimless Cryptid at once. Stop saying I love you too, chat. I was talking to my spouse. Arresting Countess Aimless Cryptid will increase defiance, authority, and reduce military. Or do we order Countess Aimless Cryptid to keep control of her condition, which will affect defiance in a couple of ways? This is so interesting. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to let this one go. Alright. The Chiefs want... Well, Aiden, Steve C, and Revolver of the Rock want the Countess arrested at once. So does JT and WhoMD21. Nobody wants to get the Inquisition involved. The Barons haven't voted very much yet, and they are currently split 50-50. Jack escaped the box again and says, I mean, don't you love us, Johnny? I mean, sure I do, in a sort of like, you know, platonic sort of way. But not that I would just yell out randomly. Oh, criminy. This is an interesting one. 62% of nobles have voted. It's tight. It's really close. Katronica says, wow, the barons are abstaining. They appear to be. Danilo Dragon says, oh no. Did the barons go on holiday? Are the barons still on break? Get involved, barons. Come on. Three of you have voted. %62% of nobles have voted. Aiden Folk says, time's up, Johnny. Oh, no. Oh, I see. You mean on the vote? Yeah, I know, but people can still vote, can't they? Oh, John Rice says I got booted out when my phone screen went dark. I'm sorry. Danila says I'm not in the game anymore. I'm sorry. Ooh, the barons may be screwed. Well, here we go. Voting is closed. 13 nobles voted to arrest Countess Aimless Cryptid at once. CJ Vale has said, has Johnny not noticed the Counts now have the lowest defiance again? Oh, I know. But I figure everyone else is on their second phase. What's wrong with them being on their second phase, you know? When your knights arrive to arrest Countess Aimless Cryptid, they are attacked by an enormous beast with coal black fur and claws like scythes. Defiance in the east is now grumbling, and authority in the kingdom is now commanding. It slays dozens of knights. Fuck! Once finally wounded beyond hope of recovery, it turns back into human shape. Countess Aimless Cryptid lies on the floor, frail and limp and soaked in blood. Batty Wrongleg says the lobby does seem quite buggy. Yeah, it's early access. It's not fully out yet, so it's still in development. Please release me of my curse, says Countess Aimless Cryptid. Oh my god! Order Countess Aimless Cryptid back to your dungeons or kill the beast. Neither's good. But release me of my curse does not, to me, say please imprison me for life in a dungeon. So... look at it this way, Aimless Cryptid. You and Emma Benton are now going to have something to bond over because... a knight ends Aimless Cryptid's life in a single brutal axe blow. Wow, the East is now aggrieved. Aggrieved. Oh, Whackpoo Brainhorse says maybe it can be cured later. Not now! Your Majesty, I wish we could have found a better way, says Countess. It's just Ange. Countess Aimless Cryptid may have been a monster, but she still had noble blood and deserved better treatment. Whoops-a-daisy. Let's have a look at the crawler problem. I'm sure this will be brilliant. Will says, can't believe you'd kill someone just for being a werewolf. I killed them because they asked. Right. Chief JT says, it's been many moons since we last heard from the common folk on Baron Jeradev's land. We must act before this crawler menace spreads to other regions. Alright. Wait, says Baron Jeradev. We must avoid antagonizing them at all costs. I will leave my estate to them with the council's aid. I would rather that than the alternative. Yet the crawlers will still run rampant, perhaps spreading elsewhere. Now is the time for action. Alright, motherfuckers. How should the council deal with the crawler nest? Do we pay... excuse me. We spit all over our own monitor. Yes, we do. Danila Dragon says, can you kick us out so we can join again? Let's see. No, I'm really sorry. That might become a feature later on, and rejoining might become a feature, but it doesn't seem like I can. I'm very, very sorry. Aimless Crypt... oh! Aimless Cryptid says I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. Okay, here's the current vote. Pay Baron Moriax to host Baron Jeradev as he abandons the area. Good and bad for money, bad for treasury, bad for farming, bad for trade. Gather the chiefs to fight the menace on the open fields, which is a 50-50 shot. Evacuate everyone, including the peasants, from the area. Bad for farming, trade, and defiance. Well, good for defiance for me. Do nothing and see if the crawlers retreat on their own. Defiance will increase, farming and trade will go down. Oh, Emma Benton says, look at what you've done, Johnny. I know, I'm sorry. Again, I don't particularly have a... a horse in this race. That's a good question. Garena Rain asks if Aimless Cryptid still has a vote. You'd hope so. Pietro P says, Aimless Cryptid? More like Lifeless Cryptid, am I right? Dang. Oh, Aimless Cryptid says I think I still get to vote. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Alright, well, let's see what everyone does. Dang. Dang! The Chiefs, I have to say the Chiefs are very good at block voting. The Chiefs want to gather the The chiefs of the North want to gather the chiefs of the North to fight this menace on the open field. Lady Evie the Angry is the only one worried about Baron Moriax's well-being. Alright, 61% of nobles have voted. And it's gather the chiefs. "14 nobles voted to gather the chiefs and fight the menace." That's a 50-50. See what happens. Military challenge succeeded! A bloody battle ensues. The relentless crawlers inflict great casualties on the northern forces. The creatures are terrifyingly organised and completely ruthless. So, success, but the military has gone down to 5. Capable. Still, you push them back into the holes once they came. Celebrations break out across the marsh. Wow. It's like the end of Seven Samurai, where all of the farmers are like, "Hooray!" And the samurai are like, "Well, at least they're happy. Look how many of us died. This sucks." A bit of nuance that was lost in the Magnificent Seven, when the cowboys were like, "Yeah, guess we did a great job." So, the march. Big fans. The march also got loads of faith. "Oh, the kingdom's peaceful. All I need's an heir. You motherfuckers. Where's my child? Should have just adopted one that already exists. I could have named my cousin. Fuck. Shit. Now I've got to wait for a baby to pop out of either me or my wife. Frankly, I don't know which one of us is... I don't know. Heretical discovery. High Inquisitor. Uh-oh. "Your esteemed highness, I bring troubling news." Did someone take the Knight's name in vain again? "Not quite, your highness. A group of individuals in the march are meeting in secret to preach heretical teachings and engage in rituals. They are worshippers of the deposed gods. They believe that the 8th will one day return to cast down the 9th god and all his followers. In other words, they are devil worshippers. Regrettably, I require the council's permission to launch a proper investigation. Otherwise, my inquisitors would have destroyed the cult before it had a chance to spread." Fuck off, High Inquisitor. I'll hold a vote on the matter. This isn't worth our time. Let's forget about it. Or forget the nobles. I give you my express permission. I could increase my authority and also the defiance of the barons. Is that what I can do? No, that's greyed out. I wonder why. That's interesting. This isn't worth our time. Fuck it. Oh, I could hold a vote. Let's hold a vote. It's a bit more fun, isn't it? What will be done about the cult rising in the marsh? Deny the Inquisition access to the march? Send Inquisitors into the march to investigate the cult? Or repeal the law that prevents the High Inquisitor from investigating at will? Okay. I'm going to select this as the monarch's choice. I think we should tell the Inquisition to fuck off. That's what I think. Katronica agrees. Wow, a surprising number of you into the whole Inquisitors thing. Wow, this is not going the way I thought it was going to go. I could have avoided this. Why did I put it to a vote? Bollocks. Fuck. Stop tanking my stability, you dickheads. Bollocks. JT Gerdes says, "Oh no, the stability. You are horrible, you lot." If he says, "Tank, tank, tank." Bloody hell. The High Inquisitor and her followers are as swift as they are ruthless. Within a month, the fetid corpses of the heretics hang from the battlements of Furstburg, the town where the cult had begun. Stability has gone down. Faith is now fervent. Horrible. Horrible. Bloody awful. End season. Ah, shit! In a distant fortress, somewhere in a dark cellar, a nervous baron is showing his guests a stupendous cache of explosive gunpowder. Behold, says Baron Raid PW. Great God, says Baron Pyramid. By my life, isn't it rarer than gold dust, says Lorenz. Over here it is. This isn't just the biggest stockpile in the kingdom, but the only one. Now what do we do with it? What? Oh my God, the barons are voting. They're voting to sneak the gunpowder under the palace and blow them all sky high, which means raising stability, or start manufacturing muskets and cannons to make our military unbeatable, the goal of which is to raise own military. Burrito has done a super chat saying, hello friend, are you hyped for the new God of War, and could we expect a playthrough? Take care. I think people will probably vote for it on a season of Press Only Chiodini, so yeah, I think you can expect that, and it looks good. I like the look of Thor in particular, with his big old tum-tum. Alright, 33% of nobles have voted, which gives us some idea. Oh no, wait, 42%, so you can keep voting after the timer hits 0. Oh my God, it's so close. This is terrifying, because obviously I want stability to go up. But if stability's really high, then I'm going to get blown up. Fuck. Voting is closed. Raid PW says, I can't vote, but hey! Sneak the gunpowder under the palace and blow them all sky high. Goal, raise stability. Before we can sneak this stuff anywhere, we'll have to lull the monarch into a false sense of security, not to mention the fact that the roads need to be safe for transport. Seth Strife has done a super chat saying, have a drink and make a solution out of it. With a sort of puffing, sighing emoji. Thank you. I'm having a drink right now, but I will have a drink later. Thank you very much, Seth. That is very, very kind. Oh, it's been a week, hasn't it? Bloody hell. Okay. Wow. Sorry, I know I keep yawning. Awful. For the final stage of their scheme, the barons must raise stability to at least 10. This is fucking terrifying. Okay, by royal decree we can tweak the laws. Okay, swing voting. After voting, nobles can change their minds and vote for a different option. How nobles choose to vote is hidden from the monarch's view. Why would I do that? The monarch can mark their preferred voting option, and if chosen, they gain +1 authority. I don't really care about these. I like swing votes. Swing votes sounds fun. And I have to replace one. No one gives a shit about the monarch's law anyway. Monarch's choice, so. Will says iron choice. I think swing vote's more interesting. No one listens to me in the chamber. Ronald Long says, wait, so if stability gets raised to 10, Johnny gets blown to bits. Yes, but if I have an heir before that happens, I think I might win. Anyway, an invitation or a clairvoyant visit. Let's have a clairvoyant visit. Your Majesty, Your Grace, says Count Incompetent Peasant. Good God. Count Erebus has been having prophetic dreams. It's true. I can part the veil betwixt now and some ways off. This is ridiculous. I look to the future, and it speaks through me. No more, no less. For one thing, Baron Puffle should beware of onion soup. And the colour green will bring bad fortune to Countess Garina Rain. But that's my favourite colour, says Countess Garina Rain. Please, your highness, have him foretell the future for the council. He could gain insight into great mysteries, says Count Incompetent Peasant. Set the vote. What should be done with this omniscient fortune teller? Throw the charlatan into the dungeon. Make Count Erebus an official council advisor. That ain't fucking happening. Or we can begin the visions. Fucking vetoing making him a council advisor. Are you serious? So it's dungeons or visions. That's it. Count Incompetent Peasant wants us to go off. Wow, everyone's into beginning their visions, huh? Wow, jeez. All right. Neat. 64% of nobles have voted. I think that's carried quite convincingly. Let's begin some visions. Begin the visions. Count Erebus spreads a dark velvet cloth onto the floor, sits cross-legged, and closes his eyes. The challenge was failed. After a moment's silence, Erebus gasps. Grim tidings, your highness. Let me gather myself so I may understand what lies ahead. Your highness, I'm sorry. I foresee whispers of dissent, confusion and tumult. Beware, beware. Yes, Count Erebus, where have you been? Oh no, I'm so sorry, your grace. Yeah, Count Incompetent Peasant, come on. I'm sure this is all a trick. Come on, get out of here. Count Incompetent Peasant hauls them away. Their raised voices fades down the hallway. Sure enough, the Chancellor soon reports a new trade agreement with Ashmead that puts the kingdom at great disadvantage. Count Erebus must have known what he was talking about. Stability is now steady. Stability's down, okay. God damn it. God damn it. The Crystal Pox! The march is a lot, isn't it? Let's go for an invitation. That sounds more fun. Unless it's an invitation to catch the Crystal Pox. Chief Steve C. Says, Your Majesty, this year we will be holding the Winter Feast in my clan hall. It will be an honour if you could attend. What is it? 10 days of drinking, eating, fighting, competing, drinking, singing, stamping, drinking and drinking, Your Majesty. All will take place at the coldest time of the year as the snows bury us in, but you won't need to wrap up warm. That's what the whiskey is for. I look forward to it. Sounds great. Ha! I can't wait. Winterfeast is a special time of year. You'll see. Thanks, Chief Steve C. Steve Clapton says, party at mine. Alright, time for the Crystal Pox. Ooh. Oh dear, that looks bad. Your Highness, I bring bad news. An outbreak of Crystal Pox is ravaging the marsh. The march. How many dead? Whole villages have succumbed. The disease is terribly virulent. Baroness Lady Evie the Angry, are you like... A quick question about the march. Is everyone alright? They've been having an awful time. Like a really bad time. Your Majesty, if I may make a suggestion, says the Treasurer, victims of crystal pox are only infectious at the boil stage. Once they are fully covered in crystals, they no longer spread the disease. Indeed, the pox crystals can be harvested and used in jewellery. If we allowed the pox to spread, we could make a little money in the march. I really hope I can fucking imprison my treasurer. By my honour, woman, that is heartless even for you, says Baroness Lady Evie the Angry. I agree. The only way to fight the pox is to close the roads and shut down all trade. until the wave subsides. Is that what you want for the march to lose money? I can't veto. I cannot veto spreading the crystal pox. I can't veto it. I'm setting reverse voting. So everyone's going to vote for their least favourite option. Or... I could do swing votes. Swing votes might be more fun. Let's do swing votes. Will says, is there a way to lock down chat? I don't know that there is, you know. You'd think I'd know at this point. Stream settings, here we go. I don't know if I can do it once I'm live, is the problem. Viewer activity. I don't think I can. But yeah, like we've had some dickheads filter in. Do not worry, mods are on it. Don't give them oxygen. If you see anything that's heinous, just don't bother about it. And we'll keep on top of it. Emma says, I don't know if we have the option for subscriber-only chat. I think while I'm live, I can't do it, is the problem. Yeah. Good old YouTube. But yeah. Fuck 'em. Let's just carry on having a nice time. Right. Swing votes are in effect. You can change your minds if you want to. Oh my god! Oh my god. It really looked like spreading the crystal pox and harvesting the gems might be... Oh my god. This is terrifying. Brian Mullard has done a super chat saying, Hi Johnny, I have arrived not precisely when I meant to, but I am here now. I'm going to the start of the stream, also letting you know that you've got me addicted to Shipbreaker. Thanks in a genuine way, I love it. It's so good, isn't it, Brian? I've been playing it more myself. It is just lovely and zen, and I really, really like it. Okay. Don't do anything one way or the other. Seems to be winning out. I mean, all three of these are reducing stability, which is good for me not getting blown up. But trade is going to increase if we don't do anything one way or the other. I mean, it seems like everyone's pretty set, so... Oh, and 18... Yeah. Okie dokie. I know it says only 64%, but actually... Because we're only meant to have 24 people in. It says 36 nobles. It's just not removed people who have left because the game's still in development. So 64 is still... I think only 1 or 2 people didn't vote then. Alright, so we're not doing anything one way or the other. Shit. Okay. The council dithers and delays and does nothing, and the crystal pox spreads like wildfire across the march. Farms lie fallow, soldiers die in droves, peasants turn away from a god that abandoned them. Farming is down 2, military down 2, faith down 1, stability down 1. Trade now opulent. Some barons' wealth has increased. It's not all bad news. Making the best of a bad situation, the barons harvest gemstones from the pox-stricken peasants and sell them at a tidy profit. Wow, the march. Wow. Wow. Fucking hell. I'm amazed that I've not been deposed. I thought I'd go through like 4 or 5 dynasties on this stream. I mean, things aren't looking great. Uh-oh, trade's over 12. Shit! Minute L says, lovely trade. Captain Shiny says, Ragnarok comes. Steve Clapton says, stage 2 done. Back in the north, Chief Yan Fire Isle is hosting yet another feast at their clan hall. Mead is being passed around in good measure, and some chiefs are dancing on the tables. That can only mean 2 things. Really good news, or really bad news. Balthazar the Shifty. Pass me the drink, you old lout. I'm drinking until my ancestors feel it. I'm sorry to the... Yeah, Miroshi says, poor counts, we haven't got past stage 1. I know, I'm so sorry. You're you're really unhappy with the kingdom. And I can't blame you. Chief Balthazar the Shifty says, were those ice giants I saw on my way through your land? Have we really done it? Your eyes don't deceive you, lad. They'll be marching with us come the morrow. The gods are good, but what happens after the ice giants march? Acts of my ancestors, I hadn't thought about that. Someone fetch me another drink and then assemble the other chiefs. Quickly, damn you! It just turns out that Sir Butts, the monarch, is so distinctive that nobody else can be found. Danila Dragon says, if I cannot kick... This is a super chat. If I cannot kick you from the throne anymore, I should give you my money. That's the way it works, right? A tribute from Danila Dragon. Thank you. Okay. Now, do we... Uh-oh. Fuck. Alright. Oh, shit. Their votes are, let the ice giants fight alone and swoop in to the kingdom's rescue. And the goal is lower authority, or march with the giants and devastate the kingdom, goal lower stability. Well, it's 10-1. 92% of nobles voted. The Ents are going to war. Fucking hell. Minute L says lovely, lovely chaos incoming. Oofed. Chief Balthazar the Shifty says, there won't be much left of the palace after this, but we'll build a new one. Bigger and fancier, with more bones. Flurgle says, low stability, you lose. High stability, you lose. Yeah, it's a lot, innit? Whoops-a-daisy. More bones, says Chief Yan Fire Isle. I just had a thought. Hang on a minute. What if I hit that edit button? Let's just replace his tags. Comments, better. Customization, live chat replay. Aha! I have put on subscribers only chat. It turns out I can do it, sorry. Channel subs of 5 minutes or longer can send messages. Sorry if you're not subscribed and you are watching this and you're not a dickhead. But please subscribe. More bones, says Chief Yan Fire Isle. Ale sloshes all over the floor as Chief Yan Fire Isle teeters on the edge of a beach. I mean, I can increase the timer on the subscription. I can make it to 20 minutes or custom, but I just wanted to, a grace period where if people aren't subscribed but aren't dickheads, they get 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes, I'll change it to like a week. That sounds good. I'll edit it in 5 minutes at 6:35. Okay. Ale sloshes all over the floor as Chief Yan Fire Isle teeters on the edge of a bench. Either way, we'll sort it out when we're done pillaging. For now, let's party! Valeda says, we do need to make sure the kingdom is sufficiently unstable, don't forget, or they'll unite and repel us, ice giants or no. Alright. For the final stage of their scheme, the chiefs must lower stability to 4 or less. I feel like I feel like a toy in the mouth of 2 different dogs. And there is a 3rd dog in the corner who was thinking about starting shit, but just hasn't really had a look in. Silver Comet says, I went out for dinner. Is this the same campaign or has Johnny been liberated? It's the same campaign somehow. Right, so... I'm so sorry, Doppelganger. Kirsty... excuse me. Kirsty's done a super chat. Saying, hey Johnny, just wanted to say that me and my fiancé Tom watch your videos all the time. We are especially addicted to the Sea of Thieves playthroughs. Please, could you also say hello to Tom for me? Hello, Tom! I hope you're very, very well. Thank you for tuning into the streams. I'm glad you like Sea of Thieves. I haven't played it in so long. I should go back to it, because I do love it. But yeah, I hope you're having a lovely day. And I hope you're enjoying this shit show of a monarchy I have. Right. This is bad. CJ Vale says this feels exactly like a game of Battlestar Galactica now. Pox in the capital. We'll ignore that. Your heir. Should I die? Okay, your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council holding a small child in your arms. Yes! Should I die? I ask that... Oh, is it? Son, daughter, child. Child. My child. Polite applause. I've designated an heir and cemented the stability of the kingdom. Yes. Ahavababe. Katronica says, where did this king come from? Where does this kid come from? Spouse. I know I have a wife, and I know that my character is femme-presenting. But not everyone who looks thus has ovaries. Your Highness, says Count Miyoshi. May I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of your child. What is their name? Sir Butts the Second. Fresh air. The achievement unlocked there. The Nice Witch says, well done, Mag. You smashed it. How exquisite, Your Highness. I'm sure little Sir Butts too will grow up to be a chip off the old block. Nikose says, assassinate the child. Oh dear. Right, a humble request. Oh, Sir Butts, I need your help, says Mag. Oh, right. What do you need? Not can it wait. What do you need? I'm writing a book about Northern culture and folklore and how it shapes the North today. There's a new machine that can print hundreds of copies of the same book at once. It's called the printing press. I just need your help to, fund the process. Then my book could be sold all over the North, maybe even the whole kingdom. I'm not going to give you $2,000. I'm going to give you 500 gold. Oh, I suppose that will have to do. It will have to do. I'm not going to bankrupt the kingdom, I'm afraid. Mag happily accepts your coin and soon sends her manuscript to the presses. There we go. Alright. It doesn't do particularly well. A limited number of sold, predominantly to curious nobles, many of whom proceed to criticise it at any opportunity. I don't feel like giving you more money would have changed that. Anyway, there's pox in the capital, which is bad. Your Majesty, the crystal pox has spread from the march to the capital itself. Thanks, nobles. Hundreds of our citizens have succumbed. Our streets are covered in the glittering statues of the afflicted. Stability is now civil, for fuck's sake. How did this happen? Well, Your Majesty, a swift quarantine in the march may have prevented this, but the council declined to take action. Yes! Nice Rich says, oh no, our untalented wife. JT Geddes says, oh no, stability. In any case, a rumour has spread amongst the peasants. They believe the only cure for the crystal pox is the monarch's touch. What exactly do they mean by that? Exactly what it sounds like. You laying your hands on one of the infected, and I don't know, blasting them with your royal healing powers. But I don't have any healing powers. We both know that. The common folk have always been superstitious about the hidden magics of the monarch. Alright. Silver Comet says, was that an Amigo the Devil reference? Swoon. I bloody love Amigo the Devil. I don't remember what I just said or what they just said. But I love Amigo the Devil. Right. If you don't heal a few of them, they may storm the palace just to get their hands on you. Or rather, your hands on them. Let them try. No, I hate this. I hate this. I suggest we look to the council for guidance. No! Fuck. Ah, fuck. Okay. Here are our options in case you're struggling to read this. A. The monarch should lay hands on a token few of the infected. 95% chance of passing this challenge. B. The monarch should lay hands upon as many of the infected as possible. 85% chance of success. This affects stability. Triple the security around the palace until this all blows over. Will tank the treasury and lower stability. We should just let the crystal pox run its course. Will tank authority and stability, but it will increase the treasury. I'm going to veto tripling security. Because I feel like money is the one thing I now have at my disposal. Ah, god damn it. What would be over quicker? Being blown up or having my head pulled off by an ice giant? Probably being blown up. But then it depends how close I am to like the epicenter of the blast. Whereas if an ice giant's pulling my head off, then like I am the epicenter of my head. So, start the vote. Oh, good God. Oh, good God. Oh, good God. Oh, my God. You bunch of bastards. Look at you. Look at you. You voted between as many as humanly possible or we'll do fuck all, actually. Good God. The North. Look at them. Look at the North. Chief Matt Hancock over here. Fuck. Robert Connor says the voting system is seriously broken. It's like 50% Chiefs. We've had some dropouts, unfortunately, but I still think this game is very funny. Yeah, well, there are 2 people voted with. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 11 Chiefs is more Chiefs than there should be, but hey ho. Voting is closed. Fuck. Wow, we're just letting it run its course. Good God. The Crystal Pox ravages the capital for months. A raging mob pickets the street outside, but they don't storm the palace. Authority now credible, stability now stable. Our stable, credible land. Fucking hell. Eventually the pox passes, gemstones litter the streets, but the people are too busy mourning to pick them up. The treasurer has her servants collect them under the cover of darkness. JT Gerdes says, 1 to go! Strong and stable, as chat has mentioned. It sucks being the monarch. I shouldn't have picked a stability. Why did I pick stability? Anything but stability. Good God. Is there any whiskey in that bottle? No, there's no whiskey in that fucking bottle. Fine. End of turn. Fund your shit. Oh my God, the North is rich. Revolver of the Rock has 2,664 coins. like, Revolver of the Rock is almost as rich as the entire kingdom's treasury. Okie dokie. Monument, library. Cathedral, library. Cathedral, library. What we getting? Here we go. It all comes down to this, I think. Somehow I don't think it'll be libraries. Oh, he's... Steve Clapton says, we don't need reading. Oh, wow. I like a library, but yeah. Orthogonalist has done a super chat saying, there once were some counts from the east, whose progress was ranked as the least. Our chances are nil, at least we can still write poems and have a big feast. Very good, Orthogonalist. Love that. Great work. Very good. It is hotting up. But wow, you know what? It looks like faith is suddenly becoming quite an important thing. Goodness me. The North is going to smash us all to bits. 2 cathedrals. Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. Your ambition. Yes, finally, let's talk about my ambition. The Crawler's return? Fuck it. At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be a peacekeeper. Yup. Thanks for the reminder, Spymaster. So far, you've not convinced anyone. The kingdom is still on the brink of chaos, Your Majesty. I know. Your current ambition isn't working out for you. If you want to stop the nobles from overthrowing you, you need to pivot and change your image. Your other advisors have some ideas. We should crush the nobles, smash their armies, and force them to submit. If you'd help us spread the zeal of the Ninth God, the Church will lend our full support. With the backing of the Church, the nobles won't dare move against you. Oh, they will. The Night Switch says it's rebranding time. Icarus! The Marshal says... Here, the Night Switch follows up with time to release a Notes app apology. Absolutely incredible. The Marshal says, here's another idea. Declare war on the Ashmedian Empire. The nobles will forget their schemes if you win. The Treasurer says, don't listen to the rest of these fools. Have you heard of the Scepter of Sages? It's a lost artifact forged by Queen Alma the Wise. There's a legend that any monarch who recovers it will rule over a golden age. So, authority and military, farming and military, authority and faith, or faith and trade. Well, I think we should be recovering the Scepter of Ages. Don't you? Yes, we're sending out adventurers to track down the Scepter's location. Adventurers aren't cheap. Your priority is to raise the kingdom's overall faith and trade as much as you can. And of course there can't be open rebellion amongst the nobles. Well, I wouldn't worry about open rebellion. They're sort of either just going to blow me off or pull my head off. Well, okie dokie. Bring me a bauble. Oh yes, the Crawler's return. Oh, and what's this? Let's go to the east. Irritating visitors. Your Grace, I simply can't stand it any longer. I need you to do something. Who peed in your porridge this morning? Whatever is the matter. I have filthy peasants scrambling all over my newly built cathedral, tapping the walls, bothering the priests. They've heard legends of buried treasure beneath the site. Total nonsense, of course. I need you to keep these greedy treasure grubbers off my land. That's your problem. Actually, these rumours might not be nonsense. After conquering the east, King Harald the Great is said to have buried a huge set of stolen loot, spoils of war, in the area. Why would he waste some perfectly good gold by burying it? King Harald had plenty of cash by that point. Presumably he meant to come back and dig it all up one day. But he went off to try and invade Kurth and got himself killed. Maybe this is an opportunity, though. What are you suggesting? We could search for the treasure ourselves, send a team of diggers to take the place apart, brick by brick, and dig deep into the foundations. By Xenia's ashes, what are you saying? That would destroy the whole place. Yes, it would. Okay, take the building apart in search of treasure. Place sentries around the cathedral to keep treasure hunters at bay, or dig up a fake treasure hoard to pretend the gold has been found. Well, I happen to know that for one thing we shan't be doing at all is taking apart the cathedral. Faith is very important in this land. Wait. Yeah. So's trade. Right? Trade and faith? Yeah, trade and faith. Yes. Start the vote. Go on. Fake treasure hoard does sound like a good giggle. The nice witch is correct. But instead, of course, the counts, they can maybe claw their way back to getting through their first phase. I mean, that's pretty it's pretty cut and dry, isn't it? 18 votes to 3. Katronica says sympathy vote for vampires. Oh, sympathy for the devil. Place sentries around the cathedral to keep treasure hunters at bay. There we go. Thank you, Your Highness. To build something and then tear it apart would be completely foolish and a waste of precious noble wealth. The treasury is down some money. Defiance is down from 6 to 5. Defiance is a real pig of a stat to try and manipulate, I think. Not that I'm like, yeah, it just seems hard. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah. Moto Rider 3737 has done a big old super chat. That's massive. Saying, hey Johnny, first time catching you live, though I will have to catch up on VOD due to work. Love all you do. Keep up the excellent / amazing work. You fabulous individual. That's so kind. Thank you, Moto Rider 3737. I hope work goes very, very well. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, however much is left. And, yeah, so thank you again for the super chat. Aimless Cryptid says, so, vampires are fine, but not werewolves. I see how it is. Sorry, Aimless Cryptid. Madison Kirkpatrick has done a super chat saying, hello Johnny, I'm so happy to both have a stream and to have finished my first paper for grad school in medieval history. Oh, and I'm glad I could bring you this completely historically accurate game to celebrate. Congrats on finishing the first paper, and, if I may be so bold, on studying medieval history. 'Tis interesting. I studied a lot of medieval literature at university. Like, a lot. Here we go, right. The Crawler's return. This is bad. Keith, brilliant. Chief Captain Shiny. Excuse me. Your Greatness, there's beasties in the fields, stealing our crops and driving the local wildlife mad. I've never seen anything like it. That's not all, says Baron Paul Howarth. There's crawlers everywhere, the buggers are tunneling inside our castles and attacking our garrisons from within. We have our own problems too, Your Majesty, says Count Jeradev. We're losing contact with villages all across the east, crops are going up in flames, and no one knows who's to blame. Shit. This is the work of the crawlers, Your Majesty, says the Marshal. I thought this was over. I warned you, did I not? These crawlers are not simple worms. I've been researching, says Baron Jeradev. They're called Valga, and they are terrible ancient creatures of unknowable intellect who've existed since before the kingdom itself. You cannot fight them. We should have listened to that wizard that we tried to burn earlier. Right. Well, okay. We can't unite the kingdom and fight back as one, because, great. Do we focus on one problem at a time, or do we protect the monarch at all costs? The North are gonna fuck me up! And I don't have a veto. I don't have a veto. I can't believe I wasted that veto. Well, here we go. Oh! How kind! Protecting the monarch at all costs. Seems to be a very popular choice, actually. Oh, how touching this is. That I should be protected at all costs. For my own safety and for the good and longevity of the kingdom. Wow. What a lucky monarch I am to have such loyal subjects. I am truly glad that the nobles are thinking of me in this difficult time and are taking steps to safeguard my life and that of my heir, who will doubtless come to the throne once I am gone. Silver Comet says, wow, you try and do one nice thing for the monarch and they're so ungrateful. Oh, wow. I mean, good luck to whoever fucking comes next, because there's another bunch of people with fucking loads of gunpowder. Right, the monarch is being protected at all costs. As the kingdom burns... As the kingdom burns, you hole up in the palace. The Palace Watch are on constant lookout for sinkholes, while Quail University scholars work around the clock to combat the subterranean menace. The North. Defiance is now aggrieved. Farming is now barren. The March's defiance is insolent, their military helpless. The East is now furious, and their farming is sufficient. Will says, is that the Palace Watch you hired from the North, yeah? Yeah. Oh, my wife's going to leave me. Eventually, with thousands dead and thousands more abducted below the earth, the crawlers disappear almost overnight. You're left with a devastated kingdom and some very unhappy subjects and lots of holes. Stability has tanked from 5 to 2. It is now turbulent. Well, I think that season went pretty well. It was an interesting one, but can't wait to see what happens next time. Will says, I don't think your wife is going to leave you. I suspect they'll be with you to the end. End of turn. You can take a small tax from the kingdom's commoners or tax one region's nobles. The North! The fucking North! Give me all your money, the North! Oh, congrats on striking a rich vein of iron in the mountains, making 500 wealth, while the other nobles gain 200. Goodness me. Continue to rebellion report? Not next season? One or more of the regions will soon be able to rebel, as their defiant stat is high enough. If the rebels get more victory points than the loyalists, they'll win the game. If the loyalists get more victory points than the rebels, they'll put down the rebellion and continue. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I think I'm already boned. If other regions join the rebellion, the game will end with a successor vote between the two most powerful rebelling regions. I think we all know which way the game's going. Schemes pause. Rebelling regions have their schemes paused, putting them at a disadvantage. Rebellions will likely be put down easily if the rebels don't have a high military stat. So the Barons of the March aren't actually feeling defiant enough, but also have no military, so that's fine. But the Counts of the East and the Chiefs of the North are on the verge of rebellion. So that's nice. I mean, to be honest with you, I think Ragnarok is already here. Let's see what happens. No! Yes. I was like, look, here comes a flag. I survive yet. No, that's Ragnarok. Counts of the East are on the verge of rebellion, led by It's Just Ange. 61% have voted to rebel. The Chiefs of the North are on the verge of rebellion, led by WhoMD21. Yes, that's strange. Only 50% though have rebelled. Apparently you can click on rebellion and then select join if you wish. Well, let's have a look at what this is. That's strange. Ragnarok, the capital. I'll take a drink of water for this. The end of the world feels like any other day, really. The only thing you notice is that all the chiefs are missing from their benches. But council waits for no one, and they're probably out getting drunk anyway. And that is only the first of many reasons why, Your Majesty. The East will no longer be able to meet our previous commitments to the corn bushel tax, says Count Erebus. Your marshal bursts through the door, a panicked look on her face. Giants! Ice giants in the East! Count Erebus's eyes suddenly go wide. Your spy master gives you a subtle nod. This is just as she had predicted. What about the chief's warriors? How did they get here so quickly? It looks like they didn't march from the frozen waste, but straight out of the north itself. Either the chiefs are helping them, or they're all long dead. Ice giants in the kingdom are nothing more than northern myth. No one's seen them outside of the frozen waste in centuries, says Baron Jeradev. At least you stood by me, Baron Jeradev. Almost. My own eyes tell me different, says the Marshal. Your Highness, none of the remaining region's armies are strong enough to fight the giants. The Counts are the strongest, but not by much. Not by much? By 4! This is the fault of the chiefs, Your Highness, says the High Inquisitor. Their lack of devotion to the ninth god, shut up, Inquisitor, has doomed us all. Only he can save us now. Everyone calm down. Before you can get in a word in edgewise, someone else pipes up. Perhaps we could appease him with some tribute. The wealthy barons could certainly afford to hand some over, says Countess Aimless Cryptid the Second. Fucking amazing. Great God, what gives you the right to offer us up like a stuffed goose, says Baron Paul Howarth. Oh wow, this is kicking off. Why not let them ravage the East while we're at it? I'm sure the Counts could survive it. That is totally and utterly out of the question, says Count Erebus. Please, everyone, calm yourselves. You are in the presence of a monarch, need I remind you, says the Chancellor. Not for long, you aren't. Now then, Your Majesty, we should attack the giants with all our might. 15% chance. We'll pacify them with a tribute of gold. We'll join together and pray that they go away, or we'll offer them food from our stores. Fuck that. We are going to attack the giants with all of our might. A 15% chance of success, but it's that or gunpowder. So, it will be done, Your Highness, says the Marshal. Your remaining non-chief forces head north immediately to meet the ice giants on the battlefield with the Counts at their head. Your lines shatter under the giants' assault. Soldiers flee in terror as giants crush their comrades underfoot or rip them apart with their bare hands. Let's see, we failed. The March's military cannot go any lower, and the East military is now weak. The faithless chiefs, fighting beside the terrifying monsters, reinforce their lines and hound your remaining forces all the way to the capital, looting and pillaging as they go. Trade is now poor, farming is now meagre, stability is now anarchic. The ice giants arrive outside the capital flanked by triumphant chiefs. They've put aside their differences to bring you down. It's almost flattering. At the same time, a storm batters your walls, as if called down from the north by the chiefs to herald their victory. I'm not fleeing, and I join the city watch in defence of the city. It does some good for them to see you up on the ramparts, but morale can only last so long in the face of impossible odds. You put up a valiant effort, but the giants burst through the gates with their bare hands. Your officers don't stand a chance. The fighting spreads into the streets. Your marcher soldiers protect you as best they can, but their iron will and tested tactics aren't enough to match the giants' might. You run through the city, lungs burning from the smoke, when Chief Yan Fire Isle finds you, a sadistic grin on their face. Aha! There you are. A valiant effort, Your Majesty, but not enough. You fool, you've destroyed half the kingdom. I should have known this was your doing. Don't gloat, just get this over with. Let's see now. I'm going to tell him off. Tell them off. Don't you worry, the frost of war will melt and a new spring will come with a northern queen and a great big throne made of bones. Ha-ha. That's when you see it, rising out of the mist like a lighthouse with anchors for hands. An ice giant looms beside Chief Yanfire Isle, who wears a terrible grin. The flesh feaster awaits, Your Majesty. Silver Comet says morale will go up once they see your head popped off like a champagne bottle's cork in the hands of a 3-year-old. God damn, Silver Comet. As Yanfire Isle turns away, the giant approaches, picking you up with its hand as if you were a discarded piece of cake. You shut your eyes and pray to the ninth god that ice giants don't like to play with their food. Fee Fi Fo Fum is the achievement. The Chiefs are victorious. Monarch Sir Butts' glorious reign ended in a giant's stomach. The next day, Chief Yanfire Isle picked through its droppings in search of a crown. Wow, Yan. All that remained of the Count's attempts to usurp the crown was a prisoner, deep under the castle, clad in an iron mask and shrouded in rumour. In haste to complete their scheme, the barons mishandled their gunpowder. It blew up in their faces, literally. All that was found of Baron Raid PW was a pair of boots with feet still inside. And finally, once the war with the ice giants was won, the chiefs were heralded as the saviours of the kingdom. Valeda was crowned amid much pomp and ceremony. Any whispers that the chiefs had arranged the giants' attack were squashed with extreme prejudice. Endgame Ledger. I lasted how long? 2 years, 9 months. Spouse Mag of the North. Love you, Mag. And my successor was Queen Valeda. The nobles. Wealthiest noble, Balthazar the Shifty. Poorest noble, Amber G. And the kingdom, was just bad, wasn't it, in the end? Well, everybody, fucking hell. That was King of the Castle. I may now continue a game. Completed games will create new saves. We can continue the story of your dynasty. Well, that's fun. That's King of the Castle. I think we can all agree this has been a wild ride. Oh, and Chaos says apparently I lasted approximately 18 Liz Trusses. So that's pretty good. What a game. Absolutely bananas. Thank you all for sticking with me through that. Absolutely wild. Great stuff. I hope you had fun. I'll call the stream there. And yeah, I will be back on Saturday with episodes of Preston Chiodini, and then be back again on Monday to stream. Thank you so much for watching this, and I will catch you very, very soon. So yeah, enjoy however much of your day is left. I have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/Johnny Chiodini. If you want to go there and support me directly via Patreon, that's very useful. But also, thank you for just hanging out here and chatting and super chatting and subscribing when you had to, because otherwise you couldn't chat. Yeah, it's been lovely. It will be lovely next time. And yeah, thanks again for watching. Have a lovely day. Goodbye. Oh, wait. Oh, also, thank you, mods. You are great. Okay, alright. Bye.